ACTU Secretary Sally McManus argues these are not the factors which typically lead to bankruptcies.
I think if people have been pushed to insolvency, it's usually been because of big increases in rents. That's one of the biggest reasons. Obviously, or their business model just wasn't capable of surviving.
Another well-known retailer has gone up in smoke. Barbecues galore will shut 62 stores nationwide with the loss of 500 jobs after a rescue deal collapsed. A deed of company arrangement proposal from its primary lender, Gordon Brothers, won't proceed because of an inability to agree on commercial trading terms with suppliers. Barbecues Galore has been in business for 49 years. 5 of the 62 stores set to close their doors are here in South Australia. The State Electoral Commission is seeking to delay the November local government elections. Acting Commissioner Leah McClay is worried similar issues which plagued the recent state election could disrupt the council elections as well. She's asked the state government to delay the poll while an independent review is carried out. All 67 affected councils have been notified. Unley Mayor Michael Hewitson has told Stacey Lee it's understandable.
The state elections are in March this year. It'd probably make good sense for the council elections to be in March a year later to spread the workload out. I get that, and it's a good part of the year. But it's a decision for the state government, etc.
Gym memberships have been revealed as Australia's most expensive unused subscription. Streaming services like Netflix were the most common subscription people are paying for without using. Now, 5AA Sport. Melbourne forward Brodie Majocek is up and walking again after yesterday's sickening neck injury. The 33-year-old successfully underwent surgery for a neck fracture suffered during a tackle. Collingwood defender Billy Frampton is expected to be suspended over the incident. The Australian Hall of Fame awards ceremony will be held tonight in Melbourne. The Socceroos are training today as they prepare for Sunday's World Cup opener against Turkey. Former player Alex Tobin is confident the side can get through to the knockout stages.
I'm not suggesting perhaps we're going to have runaway victories against any of these oppositions or any games in the World Cup, but we've definitely got a team that can match any of the teams in our group.
Australia is playing Bangladesh in an ODI match today. The Bangladeshis were sent into bat and a short time ago were 2 for 106 in the 17th over. Meantime, Ben Stokes' captaincy is in jeopardy. The English cricketer and fast bowler Gus Atkinson are under investigation for a nightclub incident. Now, 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, got a breakdown to look out for Regency Park at the moment. South Road near Camira Street heading inbound. Paradise, got a burst water main getting sorted at the moment. This one's on Gorge Road near Moseley Road. We're slow going South Road. Edward Sound getting busy for the drive home. Fullerton Road heading home through Dulwich with the camera Valletta Road, Kidman Park. Australia Post proudly supports the Australian Red Cross to help communities impacted by disaster. Donate at a post office or online at redcross.org.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast now.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotaMaterialHandling.com.au.
Maybe a shower tonight. Showers easing tomorrow, 17 the top after an overnight low of 13. Thursday, partly cloudy, up to 19, and a shower or two on Friday, and warmer with a top of 23. Currently, it's 19. Now, let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Radless.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack at the Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Coming up, a tense footy weekend unpacked with Dean Brogan and Matt Crouch. We'll go into Coach's Corner with Campo. Eddie Maguire will broach the biggest issues in football and your chance to win tickets to the 5AA locker room. Get involved for the show.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. Hope you enjoyed your long weekend. It is Tuesday. We saw the first-time winners at the French Open in the men's Zarev and in the women's Andreeva, and the T-Birds firmed up the minor premiership with one game to go. Port Adelaide won their first close one of the season, and after the game I went down to the Lost and Found, and I found this little fella. Welcome back, Stephen. Welcome back. You all right? Yeah, you are a bit gravelly, we know.
Well, look, I'm 60. I talk loud, as you know, because I'm deaf in one ear. Not that that's an excuse. I call footy, and over the years, you strain your vocals.
Yes.
Well, I just take longer to recover. So medically, I had laryngitis into influenza A and now a strained vocal. Yes. So if you do a hammy at scars... That's what the ENT specialist said to me. I've got a scarring on my vocal.
Yeah.
So it doesn't close, which means it's a bit more huskier. I don't have much of a range. I'm hoping I can call Thursday, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
And look, this is it. This is the new me.
So the new
Not
you.
a good one.
What about?
But I'll be right.
So
thanks, mate.
The opportunity to come off the top turnbuckle. Where's that at?
Well, Bricky said that. Well, I might have to be a little bit more subdued.
Right.
It's God's way of saying shut up. I said that to the Bricky team. But no operation, no speech pathology. This is what I've got. I've got scarring of the vocals.
Was that an option?
Well, I looked at it. I looked at everything. Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm seeing
but there's no guarantee, I suppose, post.
No, they said that. They said, look, we can go in, have a look, carve this, have a look at this, do this, do that. There's no guarantee it'll be better.
No.
So if there's no guarantee it'll be better, why would you do it? No. And it's not it's a pretty risky sort of thing.
Operation.
Putting something down your gob.
Yeah, exactly. So
some things just aren't meant to go down there.
Well, that's true. A lot of singers they do that. Mick Jagger's had a lot of those sort of operations.
It presents exactly like that. So when you built something,
and it's
which I've been doing, I've just got no strength. So, anyway.
Well, you sound all right today. We'll keep you going on that level anyway.
And I apologise if I sound a bit like I've
not too bad.
Had a few grogs.
No, not too bad.
Because I have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, there's that. No, that's nothing altogether.
No, good. Hey, Timmy, good to be back, son.
Yeah, good to be back. And like I said, it was a pretty busy weekend, across the long weekend. It feels like forever since Adelaide Crows played. That was way back last Thursday night. We had obviously dissected that a fair bit on Friday because we had that opportunity to do so. But Port Adelaide, like I said, won their first close one of the year. They've lost 4 of those, under a goal type margins, and this one, how they hung on in the end was quite amazing. And the coach Josh Carr was pleased.
Yeah, probably got a little bit too tight there in the end, but an away game in front of a big crowd, under a lot of pressure, so it was nice to just get the win in the end.
Oh, it's a good win. That's a great win.
Hung on for dear life. At half-time, Dean Brogan and myself were talking about it. I said, look, if they can continue what they've just done, and they've held West Coast to 20 inside 50s, if they can hold that again, goes a long way to winning the game. Yeah. And they had 36 in the second half.
More. They did. And they won centre square. 14-7.
I want to go through that with Campo as well.
Yeah.
That was Crows were the same. A nasty one.
Crows were the same.
It was a nasty centre clearance. Yeah. So got to look at that, because it wasn't as if their ruckman was dominant or anything.
No.
So, and it's the same with Adelaide. They had a dominant ruckman but weren't able to take advantage of it.
Smashed.
So, we spoke about that with Mick Godden on Friday. So, Sava Ratugolea played his best game for the club by a mile. It was a sensational game. Josh Carr on that.
Both ends were intercepting, and obviously the first half, you had the Sava at one end and Jinby at the other end, and the efficiency of us going inside 50 probably could have been better, but on the other side of it, the Sava, probably his best game for the year when he's been able to build that and get some consistency over the last 3 to 4 weeks in his body and more confidence the more he's out there.
Yeah, he intercept marked really well. A couple of real beauties.
He was on world record pace.
Yeah, just about. And you could see it really assisted Alir, who's been carrying a heavy weight back there by himself. So it worked out really well as far as that goes. But, they were just getting rained on in the end by inside 50s. So in the end, it was a relief for all, no doubt. One of the young lads that's come into the side, Josh Lai, unfortunately was a victim of friendly fire. It was actually Ratugolea coming through that cleaned him up. He will be out for concussion protocols. I know that Kane Farrell will have a test, hopefully comes up for this week's game. Jack Lukosius, he played Samford, but he's hurt a shoulder, so he'll be tested as well. Sam Palpepper imminent. Miles Bergman still 3-5, and the other guys are looking like the season's out in Lord. Josh Sin and Rosie, so it looks like all of those will be out for the season. What about the Crows CLK injury list?
Well, Tex, we know, is suspended. We're going to get to that. So I think Thilthorpe will come in for him. Rankin's back. They reckon he's recovered. Archie sadly out for a month. Butts is out with that calf, and Nick Murray's back in. We know Cummings is still out. The thing that I've heard, the club's having a bit of an in-depth look or an investigation, so to speak, on their soft tissue injuries. If you go through it, multiple ones too. Rankin, Cummings, Archie, Butts. Tex has had his moments. Fogg and Thilthorpe with their backs. Their injuries have hurt them this year. Let's hope the second half of the year they can get it together, but they're having a deep dive. Would I call it that?
Yeah.
A deep dive.
You'd say the win was the sort of play that you want to get on with in the second half, but injuries didn't help that cause. And another couple out. It's not. You just can't get any continuity with any of the main 18.
That's the word.
That's the issue. So,
that's the word.
We'll keep an eye on that. Tex was suspended. They had a crack at the tribunal. The suspension was upheld. Here is Tex on Triple M.
With all the evidence that we had, we thought we had a really, really good case to put forward, and unfortunately it didn't go our way. So I sit here very, very, very disappointed.
Well, the system's broke, isn't it? If he's missing a game for that, go and watch the Sydney St Kilda game. There were two incidences in that were far worse than Tex's. Is it Mitch Owens, number 10? Shoved a bloke straight into his opponent. Nearly knocked him senseless and not even sighted. You are allowed to jostle, shove, lean, push in the side, as long as you're not in the back, to get what we call superior position. We're all taught that, correct? So long as it's within 5 metres of the ball. How does he miss a game for that?
Yeah, a lot's changed since our day.
But either our system's broke. I mean, what was it? It was graded high. It wasn't high. That wasn't high. He didn't hit his head. He hit his shoulder.
I think
so. Either the Crows' advocacy, their KC, whoever representing him, is a clown or not up to it, or the system's broke. You do not miss a game of football for that.
Well,
end of story. The player played on.
As you just mentioned about Mitch Owens one and all the rest of it, and we've seen ones last year.
Go and watch the Mitch Owens one.
Caused the concussions and the like.
Yeah.
The problem was, and we discussed this at length on Friday, was they just aren't consistent. It's just back to, are you going to be consistent and pay them all?
That's exactly right. It goes back to that one where Maynard pushed Brayshaw and put him out of the game.
Yes.
And now it's a bit like someone took someone's egg out, forceful contact below the knees. We had that.
Well, that one.
Stop it, Stephen. Yeah. Stop it.
That one in particular that you're talking about was the Gary Rowan. Yeah. But that was a legs first into the contest. That wasn't a head first into the contest. And again, like we spoke on Friday, there were so many pushes in the back on the night. As soon as you have hands on the back, as soon as you push that forward, that's got to be free kick.
This was graded careless, medium impact and high. It wasn't high. It wasn't medium. The bloke played on. I mean, what's the one walking in? My check one with Frampton. Frampton got a free kick. And now he's out for 3.
Got a free kick, so
now he's out for 3.
Yeah,
what a joke!
Yeah, just a bit of an update on that one because he is up and walking after having surgery last night. So that's great news for my check because it was a neck fracture. Yeah. And what happened? If you didn't see it, he stumbled into the tackle. He actually tripped. He stumbled into the tackle, and Frampton took him down and then sort of drove him into the turf. And that was obviously what fractured the neck. It was pretty dangerous stuff. And you go, I got to say, I was watching it and I was panicking about, oh dear, I hope this is not what we think it is. And it's been luckily he's okay. Yeah. But I thought straight away, well, it's what they call not a sling tackle, but a
dump tackle.
A dump tackle. Yeah. And I thought that'd be paid. No. Frampton got the free kick.
Bizarre.
He got the free kick.
He got the free kick. That's the irony of this.
And now he's been handed a 3-game ban for his tackle for Billy Frampton.
Hey, just before you move on, how was this round of footy? Crows by a point, Dogs by 6 points, Port by 6 points, Sydney 2 points, Carlton 5 points. That's 5 games decided by a kick. And that last one, what was it, Melbourne-Collingwood was 8 points. So 6 games in single digits. That was an amazing round.
Yeah. First time it's happened.
Ever.
We've had 6 in single digits in a round.
And the gap between the top 4 and the bottom 4 is getting bigger. Yeah. Fremantle, 124
that was a smashing. And that's
I thought those days were gone where teams won
by that much, by 20 goals. That's a lot of,
That's a lot of, wow.
And that's probably the one thing Port can hang their hat on is they've got a system that doesn't allow that to happen anymore, which is good.
They got some spirit.
They got a big challenge this week against Sydney, but we'll discuss that probably a little bit later on the week because you guys are playing very shortly again Thursday night. FIVEAA Bulldogs, so that'll be a cracker. It is AFL Hall of Fame tonight, so we'll see some more inductees there. The Adelaide Crows had theirs on Friday night, and big congratulations goes out to Darren Jarman, Sean Wren, Scott Thompson, Aaron Phillips, Barry Downs. Now, for those that don't know, Barry BJ, legendary team manager at the Adelaide Crows, some 27 years there, and the inaugural board of the Adelaide Football Club, which obviously got formed in 1990. So congratulations to all of those inductees. Well done.
Well, that's an interesting one, the inaugural board. So Max Bashir, Lee Wicker, Bob Hammond, Bob Lee, Ed Betro, Adrian Sutter, and Rick Allard. And look, did a marvellous job putting it together. They had to fight off the Port Adelaide one in the Supreme Court and all that sort of stuff. 128 days is it the time that interim board was put into place, and they're on the Hall of Fame of the Crows.
What do you mean they only served 128 days?
Yeah, that board, interim board, served for 128 days.
So they could get it set up.
Yep, from scratch to a football club. And tonight's Australian Football Hall of Fame, we've seen through Patrick Keane on the AFL socials that tonight a new legend, a 34th legend, will be elevated. Bill Walker from Swan Districts, a grade of WA football.
4 Sandover medals, I reckon.
So he'll be elevated tonight.
Oh, great player. Little rover.
Nobody's won 4, have they?
Maybe not. Maybe
I'll check it out for you.
Yeah, I think it's
3 Sandovers.
Yeah. Because the great Hayden Bunton Senior, I reckon he won 3.
Okay.
4. Wikipedia says 4.
There you go.
65, 66, 67 and 70.
Wow, I didn't think anybody had won 4.
He was a star.
How
good's that?
How did that leak?
Congratulations. Patrick Keane, so he, long-term AFL House representative, he's tweeted this out just about 10 minutes ago.
So they're starting to leak stuff.
So he's leaked it out for us.
So that's tonight.
That's tonight.
That's tonight.
That's happening tonight.
Well done.
Oh, that's good. We'll keep on to that. Yesterday we saw that Collingwood-Melbourne game, that big freeze game, Fight MND, of course, the Danaher family, so bravely just marching out down to the MCG with everybody. It was just an amazing sight. Melbourne, unbelievably, and a good game, really good game of football, got up by 8 points, 88,000+ there. That's the record crowd for that Monday game, the big freeze game. So,
and how's all the beanies going in? It's a movement, isn't it? It's now a movement.
Is. And tomorrow, the state funeral service for Neil Danaher will be held at the MCG, 11:30 a.m. Adelaide time. I think Channel 7 are covering that off. So all the best to the Danaher family. You've done a marvellous job, no doubt about that.
And we'll continue.
Get involved, 8223 0000.
Massive show, 20 after 4, very soon after we take your calls. Dean Brogan and Matt Crouch will be in the studio with us. So tune in on the FIVEAA Facebook and YouTube live streams. We're on now.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sports Show. David and Will invite you into the studio every morning with FIVEAA's live video stream of The Breakfast Show. Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in my boots. Register or donate today. walkamile.org.au.
Great things begin with the right space. A space to work, a space to store, a space to create. Right now, build the space you've always wanted with Olympic Industries sheds, garages and outdoor storage designed for Australian lifestyles. Visit one of Olympic Industries' inspiration centres today and bring your space to life. Start something with the Olympic Industries sale. On now.
Built like a brick house. Tough as nails. That's Basic Trailers for you. This EOFIS, use code 5AA to drive away with Rego for just $1. Made with 100% Australian steel in Adelaide. Basic Trailers. Basically better.
In the city, mining can feel out of sight, out of mind. More than 2,800 local businesses in South Australia are part of the mining supply chain. And behind those businesses are jobs you might not expect. Jobs like accountants, caterers, tradies, engineers and more. Around $4.8 billion a year flows through South Australia from mining, supporting jobs and families right across Adelaide and the state. That's the difference Australian mining makes. For more, visit thatsmining.com.au. Authorised by T Constable Canberra.
Well, at Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens, the swear jar takes on a whole new meaning.
That it does. The Buy Urban swear jar is about the pledge to do everything possible to make your bathroom or kitchen renovation experience the best it can possibly be.
Yeah, there you go. Sean's the guru in the kitchens at Buy Urban. Over 30 years' experience. He swears to deliver the kitchen of your dreams with minimum fuss and interruption to your home.
And Aaron and John are plasterers for Buy Urban, and they both swear to clean up after themselves, and you'll never know they've even been there.
There you go. For a team that swears to deliver on quality and service, see Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens, Adelaide's home renovation experts.
What if your next $100 could put you behind the wheel of a luxury Lexus? Ronald McDonald House, South and Central Australia are giving you a 1 in 2,000 chance to drive away in an $88,000 luxury hybrid Lexus. With every ticket helping families stay close to their sick children. Enter at ronaldmcdonaldhousesca.org.au. Tickets are limited. Licence number M14982.
When you want discount tires, see City Discount Tires.
It's the end of financial year sale at City Discount Tires. All-terrain drivers, this one's for you. Get red hot deals on selected Falcon Wild Peak and Yokohama Geolander tyres. Built to handle mud, gravel and highway without compromise. At City Discount Tires, we're driven by value. Hurry, sale ends June 30. Visit citydiscounttires.com.au today.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
So we know the league came down really hard on this last year. They do not like this, players getting shoved into marking contests, because essentially you become like a pinball. Who knows where you're going to land? So the league will look at this. I think he's in a little bit of trouble. They do not like this action.
That's Nick Rewald on Taylor Walker and his one-game ban. He won't play this week. Have your say on the suspension. Do you agree with it? 8223 0000. Rowey certainly doesn't. At 24 after 4, here's your traffic.
Afternoon at Wayville, a crash. Goodwood Road near the showground. Semaphore Park, a crash there. Bower Road near Goldsworthy Road. And Paradise and Bruce Watermain, Gorge Road near Moseley Road. Slow going South Road, Edwardstown. Busy Fullerton Road at Dulwich. And a camera Port of Expressway, Gilman. Snooze, end of financial year sale is on now. Up to 40% off selected bed frames. Plus for a limited time only. Take an extra 10% off selected bed frames on already reduced prices. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
I don't know what's the biggest sin, the system allowing that to happen where Walker gets a game, or the Crows' advocacy, if that's what you want to call him, the KC or the legal team, not getting that from medium to low. I thought that was just a fait accompli. Someone's not doing their job right, or the system's letting down the game.
Well, it's more
Tex Walker
it's more
should
so about
be
the
playing.
consistency.
I reckon I've seen, and I can tend to exaggerate, I reckon I saw 5 worse than Taylor Walker's.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And I'll give you one. Owens, go and watch the replay of what he did to a Sydney player. It was a massive push. But Tex gets a game, honestly. Hello, Ange.
G'day, boys. Welcome back, Ro. I really missed you last week, mate. I really did.
Well, thanks, mate. Not many did, but it's nice to hear that, Ange.
No, well, you know, we do care about you. I mean, you might not think that, but we do, don't we, Timmy?
Well, there was no red carpet walking in here today. It was just sit down, shut up, and get your job done, son.
Where you been?
That's it, mate.
That was the first line. Where you been?
Yeah. I mean, you got paid for last week, mate, so come on, get in there, do something more. Hey, boys, what's upset me a bit this year? The Players Association, they've been very quiet this year. Like, for instance, I feel sorry for Frampton, feel sorry for Walker, but what is this Players Association doing? I've heard nothing from them this year. There's like crickets.
In what regard, Ange? You mean just
for instance,
suspensions or?
Yeah, the suspensions, everything. It just seems very quiet on the Western Front.
They don't normally get involved in that stuff because they leave that to the clubs, but there is a new man in the seat and maybe it takes time to settle in and get your head around stuff, but I'm not sure that will be their remit, that's all.
I think the RFLPA has morphed into the sample. You get so much money and funding from it, you get told to shut up. And they do.
Well, not really, because they're funded by the players. So
the AFL give them about $50 million a year, Tim.
Yeah, but they have to represent the players.
Oh, well, they do.
They're supposed to be
have a look at what the
union,
AFL give them. So they would say, look, shut up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Paul Marsh didn't.
Well, the sample has. We have.
Yeah,
the sample has.
They have
this
many
mid-year
boys.
draft's an absolute joke, and how our sample allows that really gets me cross.
Well, they have no control on it, Stephen. That's
Well, they
simple
can.
as that.
They can tell them to go and get stuff.
No, they can't. No.
Well, I would.
Not in the way football's going.
Oh, well, you know what?
You got to understand
that's the biggest joke in the game at the moment is this big
I don't
drama.
like it either, but I'm telling you, as a next level, if you want to be part of this whole system, you just got to play.
No, you don't. You don't have to say who's your daddy.
Ooh.
We can run our own race.
Well, good luck.
Well, if I was on that commission, I'd be running my own race. Hello, Reno.
Good evening, guys. Welcome back, Rowey.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I'm about the Walker thing. I don't think it's right. I think he gets one game just for stupidity. That's all. But the AFL got to crack down on all this other pushing the back all over the ground. There's just too much of it now.
How do you call it stupidity, Reno? You are allowed to jostle for position.
Yes,
what we call
I
superior
know,
position within 5 metres of the ball. And he did.
I know, but you just put your hand on the back, the umpire, you give the umpire a reason to give him away a free kick. And then the AFL Commission have come out and said, right, 1 week for pushing the guy into him. And there's nothing there. So he just gets one for stupidity, that's all.
God,
but stop the pushing the back around the ground.
Yeah.
Too much of it. Too much of it now.
Yeah,
I love Walker. He's my best player. But no, that's just, he gets one game just for stupidity, that's all.
Yeah, well, he gets a game because the system's broken, Reno. Hello, Dave at Byron Bay.
Yeah, it's broken, Rowey. Hey, have you seen the Gold Coast Suns player Bailey Humphrey got pushed into another player with broken ribs or damaged ribs in hospital on Saturday night from an identical action from Lions player Darcy Gardner? I'm just wondering how in the hell does the Crows player get rubbed out and you don't hear anything in the media or from the MRO about these other instances?
Yeah. I opened the show with that, Dave. I can give you 5.
Yeah, well, that's the problem we discussed on Friday, David, was that there's just so much getting missed. I don't like it either because I do think it's dangerous. And that particular incident, I think Bailey Humphries ended up with a rib injury. So that's where the risk is. It's just blatant pushing the back. Just don't do it. And they don't pick them up. And that's the problem. I think on Friday they had 2 or 3 other examples of the Thursday night game that just weren't picked up.
Have you say your calls, keep them coming in, 8223 0000, and we'll take your calls as well with Dean Brogan and Matt Crouch who join us next live in studio.
The FIVEAA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
There's a lot of questions being asked on York Peninsula right now.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
How it is that the notorious pedophile, Peter Liddy, has popped up back in that very community.
5AA Breakfast.
The Premier of South Australia has called in.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
In this instance, we're seeking to use those laws that we have passed to effectively have Liddy locked up for the rest of his life.
We will await the outcome with interest.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
David Bruce with the 4:30 news headlines. Labor and the Liberals continue to exchange insults, with both parties obviously concerned about the rise of One Nation. Fake banknotes are becoming more prevalent in Australia. Barbecues Galore is shutting its doors forever. 62 stores Australia-wide, 5 in South Australia are closing with 500 jobs to go. And in sport, Collingwood's Billy Frampton has been given a 3-week suspension by the AFL for rough conduct on Melbourne's Brodie Majocek, who ended up with a fractured neck after yesterday's game. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, a crash to look out for today at Waveville, Goodwood Road to the showground, Semaphore Park, another collision, Bar Road near Goldsworthy Road, and Paradise First Waterway near Gorge Road near Moseley Road. Busy South Road, Edwardstown, slow, Fullerton Road, driving home through Dulwich with the camera, Shepherdston Road, Parafield Gardens. Get the new look Ford Ranger Wild Track 4-wheel drive, and you'll also get a 4K fuel card at participating dealers. See Ford.com.au for details. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Showers easing tomorrow, 17 the top, 13 the overnight low. Right now it is 19 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Mate, it was so easy. Drop the car into Automasters. Next thing, I get a video on my phone.
AutoCam. It's new from Automasters.
The service advisor is there live doing a real-time report on my car.
Real-time video sent direct to you from your Automasters technician.
He shows me the problem, makes a recommendation, and look, there's the quote.
So good. Totally transparent, instant SMS approval, and Automasters pay later options.
AutoCam. The future of vehicle servicing here now. Call 1300 Automasters.
If you're wondering where to have your Christmas party, look to the stars. December 11 or 12, Adelaide Convention Centre transforms into a shimmering, starlit celebration beneath a dazzling canopy of light. Enjoy a premium 3-course dinner, sparkling drinks, and live entertainment. It's your chance to celebrate in style, thank your clients or staff, and let your team shine. Tables are limited, so book now for a starlit Christmas, only at Adelaide Convention Centre.
Now, if you've had solar on your roof for, say, 10 years or more, well, there's no doubt you've noticed those big feed-in tariffs have pretty much disappeared.
No, they have. They have. So NRG Solar tells us that, well, back in the day, you might have been getting 40 or 50 cents per kilowatt hour for power that you sent back to the old gritty. Well, these days you get next to 3/5 of you-know-what all.
For feeding the grid, that's right. That's why NRG Solar will tell you the best way forward is to combine your existing or new solar system with home battery storage.
Oh, God, they're getting better and cheaper. Honestly, they're great. Storing the excess energy your solar makes during the day into the battery so you can use the power at night is an absolute game changer.
Now, with power prices going up and solar and battery technology improving, upgrading an older system, well, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes, it does. NRG Solar helps homeowners upgrade smarter with solar and battery solutions designed to target zero power bills. Wow. Visit this, nrgsolar.com.au.
Steinborner Automotive in Gawler, Barossa and Clare has always been well worth the trip, especially with their end of financial year sale on over 500 new, used and demo cars, including over 100 certified used commercial utes in stock, many with new car warranties and low kilometres, packed with accessories. Plus, they're offering an additional $1,500 trade-in bonus on all trade-ins. Head to one of Steinborner's 8 locations or view the whole range at steinborner.com.au. Steinborner Automotive, it's well worth the trip.
I booked the car into Automasters. Next thing, there's a video on my phone.
Shows me the problem, makes a recommendation, and look, there's the quote.
So good. Totally transparent, instant SMS approval, and Automasters pay later options.
AutoCam. New from Automasters.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
It's 26 minutes to 5. Eddie Maguire will join us at 5 o'clock tonight, as he does on Tuesday nights. And Matt Crouch is live with us in the studio. So that's all to come. And your calls, 8223 0000. And we have 2 opportunities for you tonight to win a double pass to the 5AA locker room if you want to see Port Adelaide and the Swans at Adelaide Oval this weekend. Cybercrime can cripple your business overnight. Book your free cyber security audit now. Visit effects.com.au.
Brogan gets there.
Dean Brogan.
Big Dean Brogan's making a statement of his own.
On the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, each and every week we have Dean Brogan, thanks to FX. Brogues, welcome. You and I got through Saturday night. I would say survived it.
Just.
A bit like the Power themselves. We were talking at half-time saying if we're able to maintain this level of inside 50s to the West Coast, which was only 20 at half-time, we thought that'd be enough for us to complete the game, but she came raining in that second half.
It did. Oh, I thought, firstly, good afternoon, gentlemen. Welcome back, Rowey.
Thanks,
good to see you, mate.
Yeah, well done.
I thought Port's first quarter was exceptional.
Yeah.
3
goals, 6 was the problem.
3 goals, 6, and you would say 4 of them were really gettable. To have 9 scoring shots in the first quarter on the road, I thought they were really up for it, obviously, and they were running all over West Coast, and I thought at half-time it was looking okay, and like we said, they're defending the ground really well. They kicked a bit straighter. They should be up by 5 or 6 goals.
They won both quarters.
They would have felt pretty good about themselves at half-time. And, I thought halfway through the third quarter I could just see it turning a little bit, and then West Coast kicked a goal right before three-quarter time, and I remember saying on the call, I said, going up by 16 points is a lot worse than
Because it felt like they'd won the quarter.
Yeah.
But Port had
surprisingly,
won.
Port still had. But looking back at the replay, and I watched a little bit of the mini that they put up, a lot of the boys were cramping in the third quarter. And it's come out now after the game that half the side looked like they were cramping and they ran out of interchanges and it was a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
So Josh Carr's come out and said they need to look at that because that's happened twice this year, not the cramping, but twice where they've run out of interchange. Now, what
normally controls that?
Well,
normally your high performance.
High performance, and they'd have Rizza maybe.
Oh, I don't blame him. They wouldn't let him near anything.
I honestly don't know who is in charge of interchange, but they need to look at it. But what happens when players are cramping? They just come off and put their hand up. So I've got to get off. I've got to get off. I'm cramping. So that they probably
and it's not
wasted.
scheduled.
It's not scheduled and scheduled. Sorry. So they probably lost 5 or 6 interchanges on that. And boy, were they out on their feet on the last quarter. They absolutely got smashed in the last quarter. But their defence held up, and it's held up all year. And
still number 3.
Yeah,
in the comp defensively,
and they
for scores against.
Some of the contests that they won and that they needed to win was just huge. And we took a couple of callers after the game that were disappointed and that they're not hard at the ball. And I disagree. I thought they really cracked in and they fought for their life on Saturday night, and they got a really good win. And I think it was. I'm just looking at the stats here. I think it was 16-8, but at one stage it was like 15-2 inside 50s in the last quarter. That's a lot to defend, and they still got the win. So I thought it was a real gutsy win. But they probably need to address, why they were cramping off a break.
Haven't heard of pickle juice.
Get
the pickle juice in it. Doesn't that go away automatically?
Well, yeah, I not think it goes automatically. I think by the time you've cramped, it might be too late.
Okay. But to see Zach Butters on the bench with 5 minutes to go and he's getting everything, his calves, his hammies and his quads, it just showed how hard and the intensity of that game was. Both ratings were over 2 for pressure, I think, for the game. So both teams really cracked in. I thought, always half-class full with the Port Adelaide at the moment.
Well, win's a win too.
I thought it was a gutsy win. Yeah,
take that.
Absolutely.
Interesting you say about the pressure as well. I actually we were watching it because there was a lot of errors and West Coast. Their accuracy was pretty poor in the last quarter. They kicked 2-6 in the last quarter to our 3-6 for the first quarter. So there was a lot of errors there. But I felt like we lost control of the game as such and got it stuck again in our back half and could not get it out. And one of those issues is I think we missed Farrell's kicking. And especially coming out of fullback, it's one of the hardest things. You either get a short one that you can go over that line, or you get a run up and go bang and try and get it to the wing and get a stoppage.
Or you get a short one, you get it back, and you gain more territory.
And we weren't able to do that.
No, we weren't. We don't have a lot of punch coming out of half back. So
without
Farrell. But for zip 4, we were in the last quarter for centre bounce. That's where it starts.
That's
so
momentum.
14-7 for the game.
14-7 for the game. So they need to tidy up that, and Josh Carr's admitted that they need to look at their centre bounce, especially in the last quarter. You lose territory out of centre bounce in the last quarter, you're going to be pinned in your back 50. But the interesting thing for me, and Josh Carr did say this again in his press conference, was they seem like they're getting caught in their back 50 a lot, and they're getting pinned in. Now, that's a couple of things. That's one, not winning field territory, but it's when they dump kick it out to that 60, 70 metre arc, they're not winning that next contest. It's coming back. So they're getting a lot of repeat entries. So when you do those dump kicks and surge kicks outside of your back 50, you need your bigs down the line to stand up and either win the contest or halve the contest or get it out of bounds and go for a stoppage. And then you get it out of your back 50 and your backs can take a breather and reset. But at the moment, they're either trying to handle their way out or they're just blind kicking and they can't win that next contest. So they'll have to address that and make sure they've got a couple of tools down the line on both sides of the ground. Now, it's hard to adjust in game, but that's when the good teams, they know, I'm just going to stand a bit like what Charlie Dixon used to do. He used to stand down the line and be ready for a big dump kick and have five blokes jump all over him. He'd either get it out of bounds or he'd soft drop it and you win that contest and you hold him for a stoppage, or you gain more yardage your way. And the last goal they kicked, it was the one that Zach Butters, he won that contest. It was a dump kick. He tackled that guy to the ground.
He won, people say win the 50-50. That wasn't even 50-50. That was like 30-70.
He had no right to win that
Can
contest.
you believe he didn't get a coach's vote at all?
Yeah, I looked at the coaches' votes. I
thought he was the difference between us winning.
I gave him 3 on the night. And he didn't start on ball either. He played a bit all over the ground. I thought he was fantastic.
Because we had, like you said, a couple entries inside 50, one to get that goal to Horn Francis, but that was Butters.
And just his last quarter, I think he had 6 clearances, 7 possessions, a couple of score involvements, and
they were just vital balls that had to be won.
Knocked over. He had 50-50 balls where he got knocked over probably 4 or 5 times, and Harley Reid tried to pick him up, and he said, "Get lost." Love that.
I love that.
Love that. He's just a competitor.
Hey, Caro reckons he's gone.
Well, we're going to have a listen to Caro on Agenda Setters saying that it's all but done.
Butters has been in town and he's been talking to clubs. Port Adelaide have accepted the fact now that he's going to be leaving, although they vehemently deny any sort of suggestion that he's told them yet. We know he spoke to the Bulldogs over the bye round. We believe he's also spoken to the Richmond Football Club, among others. I think maybe Collingwood as well. I just wonder whether it's so raw now at Port Adelaide.
Are they resigned to the fact now that
Yes,
he's leaving?
I believe
so
they are.
they've lost all hope that there's a potential for him staying.
I believe they now know that he's going, but Zach Butters hasn't told them that, and I just wonder whether it would be better for everyone if they knew.
I believe. The old I believe.
Yeah.
This is Patrick Dangerfield Mark II. I said it ages ago. He'll leave the right way.
Yep.
The club will get something for him. He'll leave a BNF again.
And an All-Australian.
All-Australian. God, he's been great.
Yeah, it's probably the question is, how do you go about, trying to get a team back up the ladder without a Zach Butters?
Well, Rosie will come back into the midfield. Jason or Francis will be better.
You want them all together.
So, if, in a perfect world of nice, it'd be nice to have them all together. But Dougie Cochran comes in. Now, will he be ready to take on a midfield role? Probably not. No. But what we'll get for Butters will be a bit of a haul. It'll be a big draft haul, and that's
3
probably
first rounders.
Yeah, I reckon he's worth that.
Well, Paddy Mark II, you want to do better than this. Crow's got Dean Gore.
Who?
Dean Gore. That was part of the deal.
Right.
Wow.
Pick 9, which they got Wayne Miller at.
Very good player.
And then pick 28, which they on-traded to Carlton with Sam Kerridge to get Troy Menzel. So whatever you get, just make it count, is what I'm trying to say.
And that's why,
that's all I'm saying.
When you asked me initially, I said, no, I'd hold on to him.
Bird in the hand
we know
is worth 2 in the bush.
We know how good that guy is.
Oh,
he's only getting better.
If we can keep him, look, it's more and more likely he's leaving. We all know that.
I'm not giving in here. I'm not giving in. Just because Caro said that, I'm not giving in.
She gets pretty good mail, though, Caro, doesn't she?
Yeah, I'm not giving in.
How would she know? I'm led to believe.
Yeah.
Well, she gets good mail. She's very rarely wrong.
No.
Picks us. I've got
if you listen to her.
I'm too scared to go against her. But, look,
well, she's not on here anymore, so go yard.
To Butters' credit, he's playing like he still wants to belong at the club.
Yeah,
he's just
doing a great job.
We're in a lot of trouble at the moment if he's not playing at the level he's playing at. But look, on Port's front, they've got a very tough couple of weeks coming up, but if they keep defending the way they're defending,
correct,
they give themselves a chance. And I thought their first quarter and a bit, I love the way they moved the ball and got some easy shots on goal. They take a lot out of that game.
You play well against Sydney. Have a look at the record.
I'll tell you what, you won on Saturday night. But you know what? We upset Geelong when nobody expected it.
Didn't 2 years ago we beat them by 100 and something points?
Correct.
That was
2
a
years
big
ago.
win.
They got a lot of injuries, Sydney. I give us a chance. I really do. I think the back home, I think they'll be better for on the weekend. They'll be up and about. I give them. Sydney got a lot of injuries. I'll give them a chance. Probably a 60-40 game, Sydney's way. But
Saints almost got them done the other night too.
Yeah, I like your positivity. Dean Brogan, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having me,
it.
boys.
Very good. And if you're in business, you're always a target for cybercrime, and it could cripple you overnight. So get in touch straight away with Effects IT for a free cybersecurity audit and a visit right now, effects.com.au. Matt Crouch in here next. Here's your traffic.
Afternoon at Wavella Crouch, look out for Goodwood Road near the showground, Semaphore Park, another collision there, Bower Road near Goldsworthy Road, Paradise West Watermain, Gorge Road near Moseley Road, and slow going at Ascot Park for works, Mountain Road near Contana Avenue. Camera, Yorktown Road, Elizabeth Park. Zero immigration, pensions up by 30%, abolish student debt, double the health budget, newdeal.au, newdeal.au. authorised by Clive Palmer for the United Australia Party Gold Coast. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Sky City's Thursday cash jackpot is back. And there's $80,000 cash to be won this Thursday at 8 p.m. only at Sky City Adelaide. You have to be there to win. Join Sky City Rewards to enter the draw and you could be $80,000 richer this Thursday. But remember, you must be at Sky City to claim the prize. Sky City, we're here for it. T's and C's at skycity.com.au/jackpot. SA licence T25/2274. New South Wales licence NTP/15347. Gamble responsibly. For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. They'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash. And your breakfast or lunch is on them. Your car gets the love too with their state-of-the-art service centre, brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, they'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
Well, if you need to move from A to B to C to D to E to F to G, the whole alphabet, Timmy, the best move, your only move, is hiring from Budget Car and Truck Rental.
This is how good they are. To get you started, they'll give you boxes and the tape for the storage. They'll give you these covers to make sure all of your furniture arrives in pristine condition. Budget's got you sorted.
Yeah, they do. And you'll need the perfect set of wheels. And at Budget, they've got them all. Cars, big, small, moving vans, trucks available on a standard driver's licence. There's utes, hybrids, trailers, 12 to 25-seat buses and much more.
Spot on. Once you've chosen that vehicle, we'll grab Budget's blankets, the trolleys, the boxes, the tape, you name it, and the move will go smooth.
Yep, it certainly will. Job done with Budget. It's family-owned business, friendly staff you can count on. God, they've got locations everywhere.
You got something big to budget with a Budget rental truck. Call 13 27 27.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Harvey Norman's half-yearly clearance is on now, and there are some terrific deals on Acer technology. That means it's the best time to grab the Acer Aspire Go 15.6-inch laptop, now just $798, powered by an Intel Core 3 processor with 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD, and full HD display. Or save $500 on the Acer Swift Go 14 AI laptop, now $1,298, featuring a Core Ultra 5 processor, 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD and 14-inch OLED screen. And for gamers, save $80 on the Acer Nitro 27-inch Full HD monitor, now just $178. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best clearance prices.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's just a game of footy that, two good sides are going at it. I thought we started the game quite well and they're a quality side. They always have been. And you just know whether you're up by 3 goals, 5 goals, 2 points, she's game on and you have to play it out to the last sort of siren. So we had to do that tonight and very, very proud of our group. It was an outstanding win.
Tex posts that 1-point thrilling win against the Cats on Thursday night. It is 10 minutes to 5. Eddie Maguire coming up shortly, but when you use Acer Transport Solutions, you are choosing to support local sporting clubs. Don't just send it, ace it.
Perfectly placed for the left-footed Matt Crouch.
Matt Crouch,
quick pick up, the snap and the goal.
On the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, all thanks to Ace. Good to see you, mate. Just before you get to Rowey, I have to congratulate this man. We sat here last Tuesday, had a big long chat about the game, and I said, Tom Stewart's given you some grief over the years. What sort of matchup are you thinking? Is it sort of a Keys? Does he run him up and then get him on the other way back? And all that? He said, nah, for mine, Timmy, Calamachi. Calamachi. And the great thing is the selectors were listening and to Matt Crouch, and they did exactly that. So congratulations, mate.
Thanks, Timmy. I'm sure they weren't listening to me, but I think it was actually.
No.
He's got a history, but he's got a history of doing it.
Yeah, he's done it well, and I think in the past Tom Stewart's had big games against the Crows, so it was a great role that Archie played.
Yeah, and Peatling on Smith.
Yeah. Well, Smith probably had a fair bit of the ball, didn't he? But the impact on the game wasn't at the level that he's had this year. So that's another great role from Peatling as well.
Michael Lenny on Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron, a match-up. It's a bit. He plays a bit
excellent.
He played a bit taller than he normally does, Maxi. So yeah, I don't think Cameron ended up with a goal. No. Yeah, the way Maxi plays and defends is super, and is why the boys love him down there. He defends really hard.
You're a centre square man. 16-8.
Yeah.
I think it was 14-3. It went like it was an awful number. That's an awful number. You're starting the game on your half back line.
Yeah, and it's something we spoke about, I think, earlier in the year. Even when the Crows played the Bulldogs in round 2, the Bulldogs were able to get on top in that part of the game. And then, again on the weekend, especially in them wet conditions where territory is going to be huge, isn't it? But, to the Crows' credit, they were gritty and very tough, and they got a great win.
I couldn't talk because I had laryngitis. I was watching with my wife, which is very rare because I've done footy for 30 years for the Crows. And the 8 minute with 41 seconds on the clock, couple of goals up, had our foot on their throat, got them on toast. The T sign went up and I spewed up. I literally, in my lounge room, spewed up. What are they doing? I talk about you with this all the time. That bloody tea.
I'm on the same page as you, Rose, most weeks, but I think this week with a few injuries that they had in that last quarter, and I think the coaching group would have been worrying that the guys are probably going to run out a bit of juice and were pretty fatigued. So, I think they went to it to sort of because of that reason. But, I'm with you. I think the Crows play their best footy.
So they can say, get stuffed.
Exactly. But I do think they play their best footy when they're on the attack.
Yeah, no question about that. Let's look at, it was so long ago, that Thursday game. I said after the bye, it's the day of reckoning for me, these 3 games. Geelong won by a point. Doesn't matter. They won. Tick. Gutsy win. Dawson was outstanding. I think Dan Curtin's best game probably for the year. And so too McAndrew's most pure game with all aspects of his game. His tap work was great, but he took some terrific marks. He was fantastic. But we've now got the Dogs away and the Demons at home. And I said, I'm going to judge this team in these next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So they've got one away, they've got the Dogs, and they're not going to be easy.
Nah, they're going to be big games. And I think going into the Geelong game, we spoke about the Crows needing a scalp and beating a team ahead of them. And I think they did that. And you touched on Dawes. I thought, not to go past that, I thought his performance as a skipper on the weekend and what he did was huge. I think what he's played through this year has been unbelievable. So, I loved his game. And you spoke about Curtin as well, who I think the Crows have been, and we've been calling for him to get around that midfield, and he was super. So, but yeah, as you spoke about, Roy, this next probably 4-week block is going to be huge for the back end of the season of the Crows, and if they can get some momentum, I think it's going to be big.
It was confidence. It doesn't matter, like the 1 point or whatever, or how you went about it.
It's 4 points.
There was a tempo. Yeah. It's confidence. And it was more so the way they played, I think, that will give them that confidence too. So it looked a bit freer. A bit freer for mine. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what we've all been. The supporter base has probably been a bit frustrated with they haven't played with that freedom that they did last year. So it was great to see them get back to that.
Now, Nick Murray pulled out of the Sample game, so I would imagine with the injury to Butts that they went, well, don't play him because he's going to have a 5-day break.
Yeah.
Get him out of there and he'll come and take, you'd expect that he'd take Jordan Butts' spot.
Yeah, I would. I think Keeney's obviously just played, Mark Keeney's played
First game for a long
one
time.
back, and then I think, Nick Murray's the obvious one to come in and play that role. So, normally when they don't play in the Sample, it's a good indication that, that they're going to come in and play.
So Butts out, Murray in, Rankin back in, Archie out, Thilthorpe back in, and Tex. Can you bloody believe that?
Yeah.
He would have to be filthy.
Yeah, well, I've seen a couple over the weekend as well where there was a similar sort of action. I think it was a St Kilda guy, Owens, maybe at one stage who did a similar thing. And, I think Texas, obviously, that's the reason they appealed it. They felt they had grounds to get off. But, I think that action when guys get pushed in, and it can be pretty dangerous at times, so the AFL don't love it.
Yeah, well, clearly they don't, do they?
But just be consistent. Get everybody that does it.
Yeah, that's what
because at the moment, there's it's going on everywhere, and some get picked and some don't. That's the thing. And then, I'm asking a lot to ask for some consistency from the AFL. That's a big ask.
I think even in Texas' defence too, I think he was talking about trying to push his player off the line and protect Dawson. It's a split-second decision, as a lot of these things are. So it's
he ended up careering into Dawson.
Yeah, well,
but what hit first was his shoulder. They said it was high. It wasn't high. He didn't hit his head. I don't know how our KC couldn't get him down from medium to low.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. There's sometimes
they need to trot me in next time. I'll get it down to low.
You look after your voice. You look after your voice. You can't be doing that.
Yeah, that's true. Well done, Matty. What are you looking forward to against the Bulldogs? What have they got to do to beat them?
Yeah, well, I think I was touched on round 2 when we played the Dogs. I thought the Bulldogs midfield were huge in that first half. Guys like Bontempelli, Fraser got on top of the Crows, but they're able to wrestle that back. So if the midfield battle is a solid one, I think the Crows can get that result.
Yeah, they're a team that does win close ones, don't they? They've got a reasonable record.
6 games this year in single digits.
There you go. It's amazing, isn't it? So they run it to the wire. They give you a chance.
Yeah.
I think we're 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing. Well, Port at 5, but only 1 win.
Yeah, but how close have the games been this year?
Yeah, it's great to watch.
This round was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a great round of footy, wasn't it? There's a lot of close games.
Obviously, it's the way it's coached too. Their defensive structures of coaches is, what would you say? It's either improved or the like, but it's bringing about those close results.
AFL will be saying it's the rules. It's how it's umpired the rules and how we've tweaked it. And, we're like a little puppeteer. We just have a look how good it is. KPI's never been better.
Never been better. Yes, no, I got to say on the weekend I was frustrated. It was a frustrating weekend.
Thanks, boys.
Good to see you, mate.
We'll hear on Thursday night, whatever you need delivered. Don't just send it, Ace it. And when you do, you're helping them support over 25 sporting clubs and Breakthrough Mental Health Research Foundation. So don't just send it, Ace it, and visit aceittransport.au. Time for the 5 o'clock news. Eddie Maguire to tackle the biggest issues in footy next.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Listen. On eBay, it's now free to sell, so you can keep more of what you earn.
Well, all right.
No transaction fees on your sales. Not available to pro sellers. See full terms on eBay.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
This doesn't sound like a conference. This doesn't sound like a work trip. And this doesn't sound like team building. Because conferences and events sound different with Discovery Events. With modern facilities, standout catering and accommodation in 2 premier locations in South Australia, Adelaide Hills and Victor Harbour. Sound great? Visit discoveryevents.com.au, your destination for premier venues in unique locations across Australia.
Right now, you're one step closer to driving away in Lexus luxury. The Lexus of Adelaide end of financial year event is on now. Receive exceptional value on all new and demonstrator models in stock, including the exhilarating NX and RX plug-in hybrid. The Lexus of Adelaide end of financial year event ends June 30. LVD 2009.
Hi, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. If you've had solar on your roof for 10 years, you would understand the big feed-in tariffs have pretty much disappeared. That's why NRG Solar will tell you the best way forward is to combine your existing or new solar system with battery storage. Storing the excess energy your solar makes during the day to use it at night is a game changer. NRG Solar helps you upgrade smarter with solutions designed to target zero power bills. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
You know what hackers love? I'll tell you what they love. A busy finance team, a Friday afternoon, and an email saying, we've changed our bank details. One fake invoice, one payment, the money's gone, the lawyers are involved, and everybody wants answers.
Yeah, they do, and everyone points their finger.
Yeah. Hey, you, did you? Yeah. Not me.
How's your cyber going, Turbo?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you.
Get it checked.
That's why you've got to protect your business. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. And remember, even if you think you're protected, it might not be enough. Cybercrime evolves daily.
Yeah, the best thing you can do right now is get in touch with a trusted cybersecurity company called FX IT. It's spelled EFX. So get in touch with FX IT and organise your free cyber security audit.
There you go. FX protects Adelaide businesses from hackers, and it just gives you peace of mind.
Oh, isn't that the best thing now? Don't be easy win for cyber criminals. Book your free security audit now at fx.com.au/protect. That's efex.com.au/protect.
The latest local, national and international news for South Australia. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Showers easing tomorrow, 17 the top, 13 the overnight low. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm David Bruce.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. Stay in your own home on your terms. nursenextdoor.com.au.
The Electoral Commission has asked for local council elections scheduled for November to be pushed back more than 6 months as the fallout from the state election continues. Acting Electoral Commissioner Leah McClay says she's concerned about the ability to recruit staff, particularly after a state election plagued with woes, including understaffed booths that in one instance was manned by a party volunteer, and missing votes found weeks after the election. The use of counterfeit cash in South Australia has increased significantly, according to the latest crime statistics. The April rolling year figures show obtaining a benefit by deception increased by 11%, or more than 400 incidents. The statistics also reveal the number of police officers being assaulted while on duty continues to rise at an alarming rate, but residential break-ins and robberies fell. The Prime Minister says the coalition is becoming indistinguishable from One Nation and failing to come up with serious policy solutions. A series of opinion polls show the minor party is now outranking both Labor and the coalition. The opposition argues Labor is to blame for One Nation's rise, claiming the government's broken election promises are driving voter distrust in the major parties. But Anthony Albanese says that's a poor excuse.
The problem for Angus Taylor is that if he tries to out One Nation, then they become indistinguishable and people more and more will go towards what they see as the real thing.
Medical experts are warning the country's goal to eliminate cervical cancer by 2035 is under threat. Vaccination coverage for HPV, which causes almost all cases of cervical cancer, fell to a record low last year. US President Donald Trump has been loudly booed by fans inside Madison Square Garden while attending Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Knicks and the Spurs. President Trump is the first sitting president to attend an NBA Finals game, with fans encouraged to arrive at least 2 hours before tip-off to allow extra time for security screening. These fans weren't happy.
He brings so much more security and nightmares, and it's not worth it.
Stay home, man. Don't show up. You're not a real New Yorker, bro.
Nobody wants him here. The energy is just off.
Just don't ruin it for New York.
Yeah.
Right? And right now, it seems to be going that way. That it's not fun for us right now.
Yeah. Can't enjoy it. It takes the feel of the game away.
Now turning to 5AA Sport. Melbourne isn't putting a timeline on when Brodie Majacek will be able to play football again. The veteran forward has undergone surgery for a neck fracture suffered in yesterday's win over Collingwood. Collingwood defender Billy Frampton has been handed a 3-week suspension for rough conduct over the incident. The Spurs have hit back in the NBA Finals against the Knicks, winning Game 3, 115-111. The Knicks now lead the series 2-1. Socceroos striker Nishan Velopillay is taking inspiration from a veteran teammate ahead of the FIFA World Cup in the US, Canada and Mexico. The Melbourne Victory star hopes to make an impact like Matt Leckie, who scored a wonderful goal against Denmark in the last tournament.
I think that was pretty special, and I think you saw the scenes in Fed Square. I think that's exciting, and yeah, I can remember that moment pretty well, and if we can produce something like that again, I think it'll be really special.
In cricket, Australia won the toss and elected to field in their one-dayer against Bangladesh in Dhaka. A short time ago, the home side was 4 for 167 after 30 overs. And English cricket is investigating a nightclub incident involving captain Ben Stokes. Now 5AA traffic.
G'day there. Got a crash causing really big delays at the moment at Glandore South Road near Addison Road. Delays in all directions. Menindee, another collision there. Main North Road near the Servo. And O'Halloran Hill of Brampton on the Southern Expressway near Majors Road. Camera, Main North Road, Appler-Athol. The Lexus of Adelaide end of financial year event is on now. Enjoy exceptional value on all new and demonstrated Lexus models in stock. Ends June 30. Adelaide's most accurate traffic. On 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotaMaterialHandling.com.au.
Possibly a shower late tonight. Showers easing tomorrow. 17 the top, 13 the overnight low. Thursday partly cloudy up to 19. And then Friday a shower or two with a top of 23. Currently it's 18. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Radless.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack at the Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
No more. Ugh. No more. If you need to improve your joint mobility and flexibility, try Arbor Vitae Joint Health for the relief of pain and other symptoms associated with mild arthritis and inflammation. Arbor Vitae, it's wellness backed by science. The main ingredient, pycnogenol, has been widely studied for 40 years with more than 160 clinical trials and 450 scientific publications. For more info on Arbor Vitae's products and its own clinical study, visit arborvitae.com.au. That's arborvitae.com.au. Available in all major chemists and health food stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, Eddie Maguire following a record-breaking King's birthday at the G. We'll hop into Coach's Corner at 5:30 with Scott Campriali. Travis Dodd ahead of the FIFA World Cup starting Friday, and your chance to win tickets to the 5AA locker room.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
And at 8 after 5 on this Tuesday night, still time for your calls, 8223 0000, but it's time for this man.
And now,
you got to listen to me, mate.
On the 5AA Sports Show,
I'll give you the tip.
It's Eddie Maguire.
I'll tell you what's going on.
Thanks to Lexus of Adelaide, South Australia's exclusive Lexus dealer. Exceptional service plus encore benefits like complimentary loan cars and premium events.
It certainly has been a big week in footy.
And Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. 919 Marion Road, Marion.
No, Eddie, as always, welcome. And another very big freeze 12 yesterday. How good?
Good on you, Rowey. Good. I'm glad you're here, mate. It's good. Nice of you to turn up this week.
Yeah, sorry. I've ripped a vocal. Had a few other things.
What after the game last week?
God,
hey, what a game. What about Jordan Dawson? What a player he is at the moment. Just to digress for a moment, just one of the highlights of the weekend. I'm going to be nominating him for the Fiji Airways Award on Footy Classified tonight at 9:30. So he's an absolute ripper, isn't he?
Yeah, he's had an absolute ripper. There's no question about that. Big day tomorrow, but let's talk about the big freeze 12.
Just amazing,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I must admit, Tim and Rowey, I looked out from the stand yesterday at the sea of blue hats. And
unreal.
You couldn't help but get emotional. It was just absolutely spectacular, and no wonder the couple from Queensland who decided to just tip in $40 million were inspired. You know, their whole idea has been that they look around Australia at the moment. Obviously, they've made a fair quid, and they say, you know, it's destruction. It's people pulling at each other left, right, and centre. What's the one thing that's unifying people? And it was Neil Danaher. So they put in, you know, donated $10 million, turned up to the game, and got that inspired by what they saw at the MCG, which to me is what footy's all about. Two teams play a great game of football, belt into each other for 2 hours, and in the meantime, everyone comes together for a far bigger cause. So it was a beautiful day, wonderful day, the 12th of the series. Wow, what a day. And tomorrow, as you said, Rowey, you know, the state service, the state memorial tomorrow at the MCG is all set and ready to go. My company, Jam TV, has been given the honour to produce the show, and Hamish McLaughlin will be the MC, and it'll be just another wonderful farewell.
Yeah, and he thoroughly deserves that, Eddie. Just on the MyCheck one, have you had an update? We know that he's had surgery, and it sounds like he's okay. It was a bit scary yesterday, Eddie, I've got to say, when I saw it.
Oh, well, you know, and he's one of ours too, Brodie. He's, you know, one of our premiership heroes, and you could see all the boys on both sides. And again, you know, if you're at the footy yesterday and you see these two teams smacking into each other, and then when Brodie went down to see the Melbourne boys go over, and then the Collingwood boys was which is great. It's what our game is all about. And, yeah, the mail is that he had the surgery last night but is resting okay. Looks like he'll probably be out for the season, which, is horrible in itself. Frampton's been given 3 weeks at this stage, which is going to be interesting because he was actually given the free kick on the day.
I know.
So he gets the free kick and now he gets 3 weeks. Now, forget that he's a Collingwood bloke, okay? He's a former Adelaide boy, as we know, but forget all that. To me, you've got to ask a question. If he's not allowed to go front on at Brodie coming through like a raging bull with his head down, and he didn't because that's dangerous, you can't stand still because you get poleaxed, and you go with the tackle. I think it's just one of those situations that it's an act that happens in a game, an unfortunate act. At the moment he's got 3 weeks. I'm sure Collingwood will appeal, but I wouldn't have thought that was a deliberate or any sort of act that was consciously misconduct or anything else like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you reckon?
Well, the game's got to cater, Eddie. I've said this forever. It's got to cater for football accidents or incidents, and it was exactly that. I don't know what the game expects him to do, jump out of the way. I mean, it's a 360-degree brutal game of contested ball, and unfortunately, it's 3 weeks for it. So something's wrong. The system's broke. We know that. But I'll tell you what else is broke. Taylor Walker getting a game for what he did.
Well, look, let me get to the full stop on this because I have full sympathy for my mate Tex. But under the rules, he gets a week. But what I'm going to ask again tonight, and I'll show you this vision on Footy Classified tonight, is Wicks of Sydney pushed his opponent, Flying Ryan, in the back twice. One resulted in McCartan going off with a concussion, which for a bloke who's had a series of concussions and his brother was put out of the game because of concussion, was so dangerous. And then in the next marking contest, he got pushed again and almost went headfirst himself into the ground at Flying Ryan. So my question to you guys, well, the question I'll be posing tonight on Footy Classified is, can we bring in the back into the game and at the very least make it a free kick? And if you are pushing into a marking contest like what happened, then it is a week, and then everybody knows. But, if I was Adelaide, I'd be absolutely going berserk about what happened. I'll show the pictures. People miss these things sometimes, but this was one where, Wicks just pushed him straight in the back. It's as simple as that. We saw Ryan, the way he goes for a mark when he took almost mark of the year later in the game. But the two incidents that happened absolutely resulted in a player being badly concussed. Bad luck that it was a teammate, and the other time it put Ryan in a very, very serious situation for injury. So I don't know how the AFL missed those two.
Yeah, well, there was another one. Mitch Owens in that exact same game pushed a bloke, and he knocked him senseless as well.
Okay, I'll look for that one.
Yeah.
Footy Classified tonight on 9. Eddie.
Yeah.
The Tasmanian thing, I think there was some, was it a presidents and chairman's meeting with the AFL? I think they might have been asking some questions about the cost blowout.
Yeah, I'm all over this. So the overwhelming result of that meeting was play on for Tasmania. Yeah. Now, here's where the situation is at the moment, right? So first of all, the AFL are now being far more transparent with the clubs. They've decided that they have to do that and have an active collaboration. My mail from senior AFL officials was that there was a good feeling of camaraderie in the room, but what they're all waiting for is the two tenders to come back, two building quote tenders to come back, which are going to happen in 2 to 3 months, and that will be the tail of the tape, gentlemen, because other senior presidents that I've spoken to have said the AFL stood there today and said the deal is the deal, the roof is on, everything we've said, but the big issue is the timing slip. That is, when will the ground be built, when will it be available to be played on, and the cost, keeping it in check. So we need to see what happens. Now, the AFL said today they're pretty happy with the Tasmanian politician Eric Abitz, who said that his understanding is that the cost blowout isn't as much as what was reported in the Age yesterday and in some places, but it is going to get more and more. Anyone who works in the building industry understands that no one knows where the building costs are going to go if there is a post to this Iran war and everything else that's been going on, labour costs, et cetera, et cetera. And, of course, don't forget there hasn't been a spade put in the ground yet, a shovel in the ground down in Tasmania, and then wait till we find, things in the ground, whether it's contaminated soil or, artefacts or anything else that's there. So there's a little bit still to go. However, the good news out of the meeting today was the AFL say that the training ground has come in on budget at the moment. It's not built yet, by the way, so that, we live to, anyone who's built anything or had a renovation knows that, the starting quote doesn't usually end up as the end result, but they say that will be coming out of the ground in time for Tasmania actually starting as a team. Won't be ready, guys, won't be ready. They've fallen for the three-card trick again. How many times have we seen a team come into the competition without having the training set up, fixed up and ready to go? But they say any players going down there will be able to see it coming out of the ground and, be part of it. But, I said this the other week, there were many other people in the AFL who thought that if this goes a little bit pear-shaped, that maybe we just push it back a couple of years, fix up the competition as it is now and bring Tasmania in strong. It's not anything anti-Tasmanian. It's just about making sure that we do this so that for the first 10 years of Tasmania's life, it isn't filled with complete disaster.
Yeah, well, Andrew Dillon's quoted even today saying there's no turning back, they're locked and loaded, there will be a Tasmanian team. He didn't say whether it was going to be on time, but he did say there will be a Tasmanian team. Yeah.
One thing I can tell you that's not going to be on time, the stadium.
No.
Well, that's true.
Or the headquarters for the team. But
God.
Right, we'll move on and keep going. Don't forget, I'm barracking for them. I don't have a worry about that. But I'm barracking for it to be a success.
Yep.
I don't want to see, you talk to anybody. I used to go up to Sydney to interview Tom Hafey in the Nissan huts behind the showgrounds, and he couldn't get on the ground to train. You talk to people who are up there in Brisbane in the early days when Christopher Skase and Ruben Pellerman, and they couldn't get on a ground anywhere. And we've seen it in recent times again. It took too long for the Gold Coast to have their training operation set up. Once it was set up, it works.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rush is on these things.
Yeah.
There's no rush for this. Just get it right and make it a celebration.
Well, when we were formed, this is We the Crows, we were out of ATCO huts. We had nothing. We had a little poxy yellow shirt we had to train in.
Luxury,
Timmy. Hey, the Hall of Fame tonight. Eddie, you're off? Yep.
I hear there's a big South Australian going in too.
Oh, we haven't heard that yet.
We heard there's an elevation to legend status for Bill Walker.
Yes, that's the case, and I can't say too much, but I'm hearing little whispers around the place that a certain Geelong father-son sensation might go in as a first-round recommendation.
Okay.
Any guesses?
Yeah, that'd be difficult to guess that one. and fair enough, deservedly so, I'd say.
Yeah, and I don't think there'll be any complaints on the Hall of Famers tonight from what I've heard, so that's
have a good night. Hey, well done, Eddie. Have a good one. Get that penguin suit on and enjoy.
He's going in the Lexus.
If you go down to Lexus, Adelaide City Lexus right now, you probably get over in time because they are just like rocket ships, those magnificent cars. And don't forget the EVs are ready to go and the end of financial year deals, second to none.
Yes.
So get down to Lexus of Blackburn. As I said, if you missed tonight, if you can't get there in person, of course you can watch Footy Classified on a magnificent television, having got a beer out of a magnificent fridge and everything else from Harvey Norman Clearances. How we going? We're working that in nicely.
Well done, Eddie. Have a good one, mate.
All right, good luck tonight, Eddie.
Guys.
Thanks, mate.
Have a good one. Thanks, boys.
Good stuff. Yes, thanks to Lexus and the Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs. New stock arriving every week. Harvey Norman Clearance Centre, 919 Marion Road, Marion.
I love that he's real about it. 20 after 5 on a Tuesday. Here's your traffic.
Afternoon, really big delays with a smash at Glandor at the moment, South Road near Addison Road. More delays with the crash of Medindi, Main North Road near the Servo. And a breakdown at O'Halloran Hill, Southern Expressway near Majors Road. Slow going right now, Marion Road at Marion, getting busy. Fullerton Road at Dulwich with a camera, Port Road, Cheltenham. Stock up with low prices at Dan Murphy's. Get Johnny Walker Double Black Blended Scotch Whisky 700ml 2 for $125 for My Dan's members. Ends Sunday. Choose a drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
'Cause I'm Timmy G. Well, you've been waiting patiently. It's time to get you into the 5AA locker room on Saturday night when Port Adelaide play the Swans. Best seats in the Riverbank stand. Of course, you get dinner, you get a halftime Billy's footy fare and desserts, plus a 5-hour beverage package. If you want to play the quiz, 8223 0055.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Ever dreamed of trekking Kokoda? This is more than a bucket list adventure. It's a chance to test your mental and physical strength on a trek that lives in Australian legend while helping fund life-changing suicide prevention research. Register now to join Breakthrough Mental Health Research Foundation's Kokoda Trek from October 5 to 14, an unforgettable 8-day challenge through the Papua New Guinea jungle. Help create a life free from mental illness. Visit breakthroughfoundation.org.au.
Confidence. It's got you this far, but for life's biggest moments, sometimes we need a little outside help. Ascender Life. Protecting Australians' confidence for over 175 years. Always consider the PDS and TMD at ascender.com.au to decide if this product may be right for you.
Well, nobody knows paints like Crowies. They're the greatest team. South Australian, they've got all the answers. This is what I like. Doesn't matter what you're painting or staining, they'll be able to help. They'll ask you questions. What are you painting? Do you need to undercut it? What do you need to prepare? Have you got everything? Got the roll? Have you got the nap? Have you got the sash cutter? Have you got the no more gaps? Have you got putty? What are you painting, you clown?
Yeah. They won't say that.
Oh, no.
No, they're a lot nicer than that.
Excuse me, sir.
Because when you were away, I had to do these, and so I went in to test it and did exactly that.
It works.
And exceptional. Better than what we say.
Oh, God, they're good. Timber, metal, tile, steel, render. There's wallpapering, coatings. Their range is great. The premium quality paint, top notch, the best price. Visit Crowies Paints. Please do that. Visit crowiespaints.com.au.
There's one hybrid with an engine so smooth, you could play a vinyl record on top of it. In fact, that's what you're listening to right now. This record is being played smoothly on top of a Honda CR-V, all without skipping a beat. And if you think that's smooth, get this. Visit Formula Honda now and make the Honda CR-V yours from just $49,900. The new Honda Hybrid CR-V from Formula Honda. Smooth sailing. T's and C's apply.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Harvey Norman's half-yearly clearance is on now, and there are some terrific deals on Acer technology. That means it's the best time to grab the Acer Aspire Go 15.6-inch laptop, now just $798, powered by an Intel Core 3 processor with 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD, and full HD display. Or save $500 on the Acer Swift Go 14 AI laptop, now $1,298, featuring a Core Ultra 5 processor, 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD and 14-inch OLED screen. And for gamers, save $80 on the Acer Nitro 27-inch Full HD monitor, now just $178. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best clearance prices.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
24 minutes after 5, Coach's Corner with Campo in just a few moments.
Timmy G.
But right now, it's time for your chance to win 5AA locker room tickets to Saturday night football, Port Adelaide and the Swans.
Yep, absolutely. It's a great experience in there. Now, this question is going to be related to this particular moment. Port Sydney.
The shot for goal after the siren to win it. Jared Polton, your time has come. Drop punt. Your time has come.
Do you
remember that?
Yes, indeed I do. I was at the SCG when it happened. It was incredible scenes. And Jared Polton kicked that goal to win the game for Port Adelaide. Now, the question is to Janet at North Haven, first of all, but to all of our listeners, it's nearest the pin without going over. So we try to get under, Janet, okay?
Come on, Janet.
You with us, Janet? Janet, you listening?
Okay,
Good
come
on you,
on,
mate.
switch them on.
Here's the question, Janet.
Okay.
After that siren, after he kicked that goal, how many disposals did Jared Polton have that day?
34.
Wow.
Thank you, Janet. Let's go to Michael at Croydon. Michael, how many?
16.
Thank you, Michael. Let's go to Andrew at Enfield.
Let's go 19.
19. Alan, Albert Park.
9.
9. And Aisha.
12. 12.
12. Okay. Now, if I have a look at that. Okay, everybody went over So we need to be nearest the pin, not over.
So our lowest answer there was from Alan. He said 9.
Yep.
He was still over.
He was still over.
So it's
Correct.
a reasonably
Let's go again.
So it's
small
under
number.
9.
Let's go again,
Janet, how many?
7.
Okay, Michael.
Michael.
6.
6, thank you. Andrew?
6, 7. I'll go 8.
8. Alan?
1.
1. And Aisha?
4.
4. Okay. And the winner is Andrew. Congratulations. It was 8 disposals and a winning goal after the siren. Congratulations. You are going to see Port Adelaide and Sydney at the
Well done,
5AA
Andy.
locker room.
Thanks so much, boys. Much appreciated.
Awesome
Yeah,
stuff there.
good.
Gee, I'll tell you what, Alan stiff there with 9.
Jeez.
Very.
So stiff indeed.
His
but,
8 possession was a good one,
keep
wasn't
going. Oh, it was the best.
Yeah.
It was the best. So congratulations. We're doing it all again next hour.
it? Now,
We will.
Now, that's Saturday night, isn't it?
Correct.
That's a big game.
It is. But like I said, Sydney have got
You
the
play
pressure
well
on them,
against
haven't
them.
they?
Yeah, they got a lot out.
And Port did a very good job against Geelong, so I think they can carry that sort of confidence into the game.
Well, he's going to be in the locker room. He'll enjoy
He
that.
certainly will. Hey, congratulations as well to Liam Scott, South Australian cricketer, who's making his debut for Australia today in the one day.
Bangladesh.
They're live at the moment. They're bowling to Bangladesh, 4 for 196 Bangladesh.
Has he got a wicket or not yet?
Just having a look at his numbers, none for 27 from 4. So he's getting amongst it. But good on him to get in the Aussie colours in the
Well,
first.
God, he's had a
Congratulations.
great year.
Great couple of
2
seasons,
years.
with our SA boys.
Let's go to your call, South Plympton. G'day, James.
James.
Hey, boys, how you going?
All right.
Welcome back, Rowey. It's good to have you back.
Oh, good to be back, son.
I just got a few things. Well, obviously, frustrating to see Tex get reported for, get his 1 week for his slight push, if that's what you want to call it, on the weekend. But question, do you boys reckon that Frampton gets 3 weeks because of the result of the injury to Myercheck?
Yeah, there's a bit in that.
I think there's a bit in that too,
Fair
James.
bit in that. Broke his neck.
I think there was great fear after.
Because then if you
afterwards.
look at, you watched the game yesterday, and I definitely saw it myself, but anyone else think that Cozzy Pickett stuck his leg out and tripped Maynard?
Yeah, we got a text on that one as well, saying that should
And
have been.
there hasn't been one
cited.
word about that. And then Maynard's gone and he hasn't been able to finish the game.
Yeah, because he had that trouble with the shoulder and then it popped out completely. And,
Yeah.
Who knows? He might not be able to see out the season.
There's a few untouchables, James. A couple of good points
call.
there, but we can't cast aspersions on the AFL of being consistent or inconsistent. We just have to cop with what they dish us, which is absolute crap. Hello, John.
G'day, boys. How you going?
Johnny.
Good, mate.
First time, long time. The reason why I called is I wanted to ask you guys, do you remember your first footy club?
Yeah.
Your junior footy club here in South Australia? Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Mine was Semaphore Park, which ended up turning into Smosh West Lakes as a merger in '96.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what about you, Rowey?
Mine was waging in the Upper Great Southern.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Both great footy clubs, of course. The reason why I brought it up is because I think the AFL has lost touch. I don't think the AFL acknowledges, and if they want to have a day for something, there should be a day to acknowledge junior footy clubs. In fact, footy clubs that the real suburban footy clubs, guys, the ones that have your volunteers that go out every single week, that run out, that they're there, doing everything that needs to be done so that our kids can play footy, which is the game that belongs to them, doesn't belong to the corporation, and it belongs to those guys. And so, I become perturbed and perturbed enough to ring you guys. When last night again, I hear on the 7 media description of a guy who's made his debut, and he's fortunate enough to have a shot at goal, and he kicks his goal, and it's described to me as being his first goal in footy. Well, I doubt very much that he's got to the AFL level without having played in games prior, and would probably, more than likely, would already have kicked a goal in footy.
Yeah, well said, John. Didn't we used to have community round? There was something we used to have. We used to wear our junior jumpers.
Yeah, you're right.
Remember the
You're
training,
right.
and
Yeah,
it was community
you-
round.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We used to have that.
And yes, then
That
they.
is so true,
I reckon
John.
they got some juniors to line up at the races.
We've all come,
as the players came out.
Well, my club's now amalgamated with the 2 closest towns. And
Yeah,
we used to have 2 teams in
that's what
Waging when
happens.
I was a young lad back in the early 70s. and now there's one that's amalgamated. And most
a lot of
country
regionals
areas
are like that.
are all the same. Who'd have ever thought that? So great point, John, and we need those volunteers to keep making we all come from a junior club.
Yep, that's where it all
of us.
starts. We'll get to your 5:30 headlines and then Campo's in Coach's Corner straight after this.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
David Bruce with the 5:30 news headlines. Australians are increasingly dissatisfied with their lives, according to the latest research, even more so than they were during pandemic lockdowns. Prices are expected to rise at cafes and restaurants as owners struggle to cope with a series of additional costs. A survey has found Netflix is Australia's most unused subscription service. And in sport, the AFL is being accused of standover tactics as doubts grow that a new stadium will be built in Tasmania. Now checking 5AA traffic.
So we've got some really big delays with the smash at Glendor at the moment. South Road near Addison Road. Delays clearing from an earlier smash at Medindi, Main North Road near the Servo. And O'Halloran Hill breakdown getting sorted out at the moment. The Southern Expressway near Majors Road. Cameras, Days Road, Croydon Park and Martins Road at Greenfields. Snooze end of financial year sale is on now. Up to 50% off selected mattresses, plus for a limited time only, take an extra 10% off selected mattresses on already reduced prices. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Showers easing tomorrow, 17 the top, 13 the overnight low. We'll have more news at 6 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Dates have been set for when pets on planes from Adelaide will begin.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
Maddie, good morning to you. We knew this was coming. What have we learnt today?
5AA Breakfast.
Well, I know that you're really excited for this, David. Tickets are officially on sale today.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Sensational. How do we get David on the plane, Maddie? Who do we speak to?
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA, always Adelaide.
When you want discount tires, see City Discount Tires.
It's the end of financial year sale at City Discount Tires. All-terrain drivers, this one's for you. Get red-hot deals on selected Falcon, Wild Peak and Yokohama Geolandar tyres. Built to handle mud, gravel and highway without compromise. At City Discount Tires, we're driven by value. Hurry, sale ends June 30. Visit citydiscounttires.com.au today.
If you need a reason to head out no matter what the weather, here it is. The new beer garden at the Mosaic Hotel. Big screens, plenty of heaters, pizza, steak, good friends, and all your favourites on tap. Settle in for lunch, catch the sports action, or take advantage of the great weekly dinner specials. If you're up for a different kind of round, have a hit at X Golf upstairs. It's all in the new beer garden at the Mosaic Hotel, Footy Park Precinct, West Lakes.
Timmy?
All righty, mate. Hutch Street Centre. It supports South Australians experiencing homelessness every day, providing meals, showers, support services and a safe place for people doing it tough.
Hutch Street Centre. Well, I'm on O'Connell Street and there's two older lads, men, and it's bloody freezing out there.
That's
you feel
right.
heartbroken.
That's why these guys are fantastic.
And Hutch Street Centre, oh God, I love them. Now, with demand continuing to rise, especially through winter, support from the community has never been more important.
And that's why this year's Walk a Mile in My Boots on Friday, August 7th is so important. It raises vital funds and awareness for people experiencing homelessness right here in South Australia.
It's real, Timmy.
Oh, yeah.
It's real.
I've done this walk. It's fantastic.
You have. Yeah, actually, we did it quite a lot. Who was it? The big tour, the Hoff.
Hoff used to
lead he used to be the ambassador. Yeah, I did it with him a couple of times. Getting involved, look, it's easy. Sign up, spread the word. Walk together on Friday, August 7. And if you can't be there on the day, a donation still makes a massive difference.
That's the main thing. Step up to end homelessness. Register or donate today at walkamile.org.au.
Hi, Bridibit here for Mawson Lakes Mazda with another great reason to get behind the wheel of a new Mazda. Right now, we're clearing stock with end of financial year deals. You'll get unbelievable prices on all makes, models and colours, plus low K demos. We're talking immediate delivery on all new and demo vehicles right now with end of financial year deals at Mawson Lakes Mazda. No gimmicks, just great deals and the best customer support for you and your shiny new Mazda. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
At Coles, sip and save on the go. Right now, get half price on Sanitarium Up and Go Liquid Breakfast Protein Energised 250ml 3-pack, now just $3.80. Save in store or online at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Good to have you with us. It's 24 minutes to 6. After 6 o'clock, we're going to preview the FIFA World Cup with Travis Dodd. Massive week coming up for our Socceroos. In fact, a big couple of weeks indeed. So we'll go through all that, take more of your calls shortly, but let's welcome in Campo.
On the 5AA Sports Show, this is Coach's Corner with Scott Camporeale. Thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, trusted by South Australian businesses for over 35 years. See the difference.
Campo, welcome.
Welcome back.
Well, we're closer to the next game than we were from the Geelong game. But let's just touch on that. That was a good win. I mean, any way you flip it. I know they got smashed at centre square and contested up, but they won. They found a way to win.
They did. It was a gritty win. We called it live. You know, they were never out of it.
No.
It sort of ebbed and flowed, particularly with whichever team sort of got some forward half ascendancy, like Geelong really. I was interested in Tex's comments when he said that, you know, we were pretty good in the first quarter. Well, they actually weren't really. I mean, they kicked 3-2. They were more efficient. The Cats kicked 2 goals 6, and they were all over them in the call, Tug, as you were there. I mean, they were minus 12. Yeah. It was the same numbers that come up when they don't quite get it right. And the conditions were pretty tough, like slippery and wet. They lost field position.
How was Paddy Dangerfield's first quarter?
He was pretty good, Paddy. He just said, we're just going to put this team on my back again. He was good. You know, they lost ground ball. The clearances, albeit with centre bounce, they sort of got it okay around the ground, but it was contested possession again. But Geelong were just able. They had 14 forward-half turnovers, Geelong, kicked 2 goals 3. So they'd be ruining a little bit of that. If there was a little bit more scoreboard pressure, it would have been interesting. But that's if buts and candy nuts. But, you know, Adelaide then regained some field position off the back of that second quarter. They got a little bit of score out of their back half. They kicked 5 out of their back half, which we've always been a little bit critical in 2026 around that, trying to get that done. But I think that the thing that kept them in the game, their tackle pressure and their pressure on Geelong was as good as I've seen. I think in the conditions, that kept them in the game. They were at 196 for the whole game. That last quarter, when the game was in the balance, they were 204. That's off the charts. I mean, the AFL average is 175. So they came with a real gusto in that last quarter to put their foot down. And it was a couple of their senior players, once again, which always happens. You know, Taylor Walker kicks one, Jordan Dawson kicks one, just to sort of get them their noses in front. So that's what you do when you're the best players in the team. The leaders, they do it, and they were able to do it.
I loved the setup and coming with a plan. Archie on Stewart, Peatling on Smith, and Michael Annie when Cameron went forward. If there were 3 blokes you wanted to stop, they've just named them.
Yeah.
That was look, there's one thing to set it up, there's one thing to execute it, but then well done to those players who actually did. I thought they were terrific.
No, they did. Archie did a wonderful job, really team-orientated job. He had a really nice balance of not getting caught in bad positions, and he could compete with him in the air, albeit the conditions weren't great in terms of the ball movement.
But he knew how to lose him. He was smart.
He was good. You know, Jerry McCameron started on the wing. He had 5 in the first quarter and then went forward and then only had 2, and Michael Annie just put the clamps on him from there. So there was some real key matchups, and that's what you got to do as the coach's box. That's what you got to do, and you got to get players to execute it. Like you compare when they put Luke Pedler on Tom Stewart. It was last year down at that was a disaster. So they were able to get their matchups right, and then across the board, I reckon most of the players were sort of 7 out of 10 or above on the night. There wasn't too many that dipped below that.
Yeah, I had to watch it with Jodie at home the first time for a long time. Well, not good, because she cheers and I said, shut up.
That's not
Oh,
ideal.
yes, God.
Getting her entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she does.
Well, you do the same when you call.
Yeah.
Can we tell you?
well, bang. Yeah, and I do, and you can.
And the end result is you've got scar tissue on your tongue.
Exactly, and I encourage it. With 8 minutes
I'll
and
look after you,
41,
Jodie.
8 minutes and 41 on the clock, the big T went up.
Yep. Well, I think that was symptomatic of what happened, like with the injuries that they had. Like, and I understand that. Like, I was in there, and as much as
so, we'll cut us some slack for this one. But
I think it was the right call. No, I think it was the right call.
Okay.
No, I don't think that they lost it. I think what they did, I was watching it live when it went up, and you saw the two players go down, with injuries, which was Archie.
Heads, wasn't it?
No, it was Archie, and then Butts went first, and then there was the clash of heads. So they went off. So they literally only had one on the interchange, and that can be. We'll get to Port in a minute, but the interchange late in the game is really important in terms of how
you want your best players out there.
Well, one, you want your best players out there, but normally the defenders suffer because they're the ones they get bugger all. So they did that really well, albeit with 7 minutes to go, which was probably too long, but you could understand why they did it. And then they went Jordan Dawson to the wing, they slid Cook forward, and then after the bounce, Jordan Dawson went behind the ball. So he was trying to just protect what was going there and just see if they could manufacture some kick marks. So I have no problem in what they did in there, and I thought they did it really well.
Rankin will come in for Archie, Murray for Butts, and Thilthorpe for Walker. Just in a word, Walker got a game for that? For that?
Yeah. Look, I'm 50-50 on the night, Tug, as you remember when they called. I said he'll be in trouble for that.
Yeah, he did.
Did you?
I said it on the night, just because of that. I know it's subtle and it's so that, and I had a young lad last year caught 4 weeks from a centre bounce. On if you remember that last year. But he concussed 2 blokes accidentally because they clashed heads. So that's I guess why they're trying to do it. Okay. And it could have been more dangerous. That's the way I looked at it. Do I think it's probably not, but just I don't think he should have got a game, but I understand why the AFL gave him a game.
Now, I have to congratulate you as well. Now, this is on a sad note, unfortunately. I gave Matt Crouch some kudos because he said, no, I'd go with Calamachi. It was a good moon. You said to me, unfortunately, I reckon Calamachi will do another hammy.
Yeah.
And you said it because you said that unfortunately, once you've done one, they are vulnerable and the game is played at high speed and he had his best game for the Crows. And unfortunately, it did go again. I feel for the lad because I can see in his eyes that he's
trying to do everything.
He's trying to do everything. He wants to make it at the new club. He wants to be impressive. He had his best game and it was all going well until another hammy.
Yeah, well, it's a bit symptomatic because Hinge has done a second one, so he came straight back in and did one.
Isaac Cummings
come back in and he's done one. So yeah, there's something not right in terms of either the rehab program, but I keep, and I've said it ad nauseum. It's very difficult when you're chasing your tail, trying to get back up to the speed of AFL, particularly with soft tissue injuries, because you can't replicate the speed or the fatigue of the game. Like late in the third quarter, you don't get that at training, and that's not anyone's fault. That's just the way the game is, and the game stops for no one. So, and it's unfortunate. Once again, they lose continuity. They lose him. They lost Isaac Cumming last week. They now lose Tex as well. So they just haven't been able to get that continuity in their group, which is, I think, what they're really dying for.
And hopefully they do. I did say this block of 3 was super important. Geelong, because they're above them. They got the Dogs at Marvel and then Melbourne. Big game this Thursday.
Big game. Yeah, big game. Just see whether they can make it 2 in a row.
Under the lid on a fast deck.
And I reckon they would have been pretty sore, the boys, after that. That was a pretty physical game all round because of the conditions. So, and the Doggies have sort of found their bark again, haven't they, really? I mean, they dropped 4 in a row and then they've won 4 of the last 5. So, and they've played some decent footy. Tim English is a massive one for them.
Is he?
Game changer.
Yeah, he's been playing, and that's part of the reason. So that match up with McAndrew, I'm just not sure Toby Murray's doing enough for me, Rowey, at the moment. to get to stay in the team. Like I had a look at his numbers. He had 13 ruck contests for the game. Is that and he hasn't been marking it forward. He turned the ball over,
and he's holding out Riley O'Brien, who had an absolute corker in the Sanford.
My thing this week, I'd be seriously looking at whether they could double team Tim English. That's what I'd be looking at. A bit like what Hawthorn do with Reeves and Meek, whether they can just do it and really work him over. Because if you look at what happened last time, the Crows were really good at stoppage last time against the Bulldogs. They kept them to 2 goals for, so they limited that. And we go on about the centre bounce thing. McAndrew's getting his hand on centre bounce, but they're not converting.
No, 16-8 they lost.
So, and even around the ground, they're not converting at first possession. They're 17th in the comp at first possession. So they need to do something at ground level. That's not a ruck issue. It can be. It can be connection in terms of how nice your hand is, in terms of your ruck tap. But first possession to me is always a bit around structure at ground level. So I think they need to look at that.
Okay. Well
Excellent.
done,
Well, we'll walk through Port in a minute, though, but well done, Kempo. You keep your
spot.
Excellent. Well, 14 minutes to 6. We'll check your traffic more at Coach's Corner next.
Delays of the crash at the moment at Bedford Park, Marion Road near Sturt Road. Delays clear with an early smash at Glandore, South Road near Addison Road. And that burst water main still causing vehicle at Paradise, Gorge Road near Moseley Road. Camera, Blacktop Road at Hillbank tonight. Congested roads, overflowing schools and hospitals, zero immigration. Australia needs a new deal. Newdeal.au. Authorised by Clive Palmer for the United Australia Party Gold Coast. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
The Solitaire End of Financial Year event starts Thursday. 3 days, one event, your choice of reward. Choose a trade-in bonus on your current vehicle or a deposit contribution towards your next vehicle. Across every Solitaire site, enjoy exclusive End of Financial Year opportunities on a range of new and demonstrator vehicles with leading brands including Volkswagen, Audi, Land Rover, Volvo, Maserati, Polestar, Cupra, Zeekr and Ducati. There's never been a better time to upgrade. The Solitaire End of Financial Year event, 3 days only, starts Thursday.
Hey, I'm James, Claims Manager at Allianz. This isn't always the call you want to make, but when you do, you'll reach our team who know exactly what to do next. It's why we're trusted by over 4.5 million Aussies.
Allianz.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
You can rely on Red Spot to keep Aussie airport rentals fair. We're the only car rental company who have kept our prices low during the fuel crisis. And we're the only Aussie-owned and operated choice in major airport terminals all over the country. Experience the local service that saw us named Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. For a deal you can rely on, book your next rental direct at redspot.com.au today or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
G'day, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. We've grown from 3 staff at the beginning to 30, 40 staff and a number of contractors now. And radio's definitely played a big part of that. We've been working with 5AA for 5 or 6 years now. And in that time, we've seen a lot of businesses come and go in our industry. And I think that's a great example of people having to go short periods of time, not happy, leave. And for us, that longevity has enabled us to have a really great relationship with the audience. So when we meet someone that's a 5AA customer, they feel like they know us and we feel like we know them, and it makes for a really great experience for everyone involved.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Harvey Norman's half-yearly clearance is on now, and there are some terrific deals on Acer technology. That means it's the best time to grab the Acer Aspire Go 15.6-inch laptop, now just $798, powered by an Intel Core 3 processor with 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD, and full HD display. Or save $500 on the Acer Swift Go 14 AI laptop, now $1,298, featuring a Core Ultra 5 processor, 16 gig of RAM, a 512 gig SSD and 14-inch OLED screen. And for gamers, save $80 on the Acer Nitro 27-inch Full HD monitor, now just $178. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best clearance prices.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
10 minutes to 6 on this Tuesday. All thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods. Campo's in Coach's Corner.
He certainly is. Port Adelaide played the West Coast Eagles in what was a bit of a exhausting game as far as calling it goes, Campo. Port Adelaide were able to hang on, and I say hang on, by 6 points. After what was, I thought the game opened with a lot of pressure, and it looked like West Coast were up and about and that. Port then settled, and once they settled, they were able to move the ball through West Coast pretty well and had 9 shots on goal in the first term for 3-6. That was the disappointing thing. The return wasn't good enough, but I thought it was their best quarter for quite a while. That first one.
Well, I had a look because when I was watching it, it was, geez, they're getting back through the corridor. They kicked 5-4 through the corridor. So that's a good result out here. You know, if you're kicking 11-11, that's pretty much half your score. So they were able to get to, and that's what they were able to do early in the season, Timmy. They were able to, use that ball, that short kick, turn, go, on a little lead up, and then be able to get inside 50. But then they played against some of the better teams that are probably a bit better drilled, and they were able to take that away. But still, for mine, too many inside 50s. I mean, 56 is still too many.
Well, we had 20 at half time and said, right, hold it to that again, we'll be right. But nah, 36.
Well, and 18 in the last quarter.
That was a big one.
And you just couldn't get it out of the back 50. No. So, and I think that's a little bit around system, and I think it's a little bit around fatigue, because we call it in the game. So you've got, when you're defending that many inside 50s as a team, and because it's around team defence, a couple of things happens. One, the forwards come up higher to try and help get it out. And then the other thing too is you're scrapping and trying to get the ball. Some of it's not great system trying to get it out, because you're just trying to get it out of the area. And then 2 and 3, you don't have any energy in offense to then try and run and spread and get ahead of the game. So that's why clearance, although it's not a huge score source and it's only around that sort of 35%, it's critical for field position. And I don't mean to scare you, but you're playing against the team who's number 1 in forward half and number 1 in defensive half scoring. So they'll get you both ways. So I know what I'd be trying to do against Sydney this week, and it's clearly trying to get the ball in your front half and see if you can dull and keep it in and put some pressure on in that forward half.
The pressure had dropped away in their last couple of weeks prior to the bye. We were a bit concerned that it was in the 160s and the like. What was it back to on the weekend? Yeah,
well, I had a look. Gold Coast 169, Carlton 167, so that's below AFL average. So you could see that, with the way the game goes. This week, 186 against West Coast. So they're 6 in the competition, and that's been a pretty good number across the board. But when it drops away, we did the half-yearly report and simplify pressure. That's an absolute given in the AFL game. And you can see teams even up the top, when the pressure just drops a little bit, that just gives teams just a little sniff. Even yesterday you saw when Collingwood's pressure dropped, Melbourne were able just to get the game on their terms.
And the other part of that was that you said put your crash helmet on in the last quarter because the ball was coming in that often. I thought Radicalair played his best game for Port.
I thought him and Aliir were great. Their ability to try the intercept it was outstanding. They between Waterman and the young fella Shanahan, they're two big boys that they had to go up against. And when it keeps coming in like that, once again, and then when you run out of rotations, as we said, they're the last ones to come off.
How do you reckon, was that purely because they had such a cramping issue that they were using more unscheduled?
Yeah, I was talking to Brogues about it. Normally, I mean, it's pretty well scripted before the game as to what it is, and they normally keep 4 or 5 up your sleeve just for that reason, in case someone might get injured or particularly late in the game. But I think it was more just a fatigue thing. And what happens, what you can't control, is when players think they're doing the right thing by coming off, that throws the system out of whack, and then everyone's trying to chase it down. Then it's like, oh, okay, well, who needs a rest? No, we'll leave, Asava out there and we'll leave Aliir out there, but we've got to get Zach off because he's, up and around the ball, so those sort of things. So you're making those decisions on the run, but I think Brogue said that it's the second time for the year. So that's a not concerning, but you got to get that right because late in the game that could have easily cost you.
Yeah, which we can't afford anymore.
No
losses like that.
But you want a close one, Timmy. You got to be
a close one. It's the first one
still
for the
defending
year.
well. 71 points against.
I was going to ask defensively. We're still up there at number 3. Is that right?
Still hasn't changed. No.
And that always gives me hope when you do play a really good side like Sydney. You're still in it.
Yeah.
And we're able to do it against Geelong where nobody gave us a bull's roar and all of a sudden everyone's going, we're half a chance here. We're all over them. So they need to try and repeat that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at Sydney who are flying as well as Fremantle.
Got a few out.
They have, but they've still got some real good depth, haven't they? And experienced depth. They're not young kids coming in. They've got, those 23, 24-year-olds. They're 2 from clearance, 1 from turnover. So in terms of your profile, really solid.
And how much does Grundy have an effect on all this?
Yeah, heaps. He's having a wonderful year. Everyone talks about, Max Gawn, and rightly so, but, geez, he just keeps getting better, doesn't he? The more responsibility he has, the better he gets.
Money or the box, if you had a choice, you're taking 3 first-round picks
money or the box,
or keeping Zach Butters?
No, I'm keeping Zach Butters.
And that's what I did as well.
Every day of the week.
Yeah.
He's too... That's a big hole. Because there's no guarantee that those 3 first-rounders are going to be a Zach Butters anyway.
Correct. And I always say that.
So
that's
better the devil,
No mystery bags for us.
No,
I did that with Paddy. It's a very similar one to Paddy. Who'd they get? They got Dean Gore. They got Menzel back from Carlton and Wayne Miller.
Yeah, well, Wayne's not Paddy Dangerfield, but you can see why they picked him so high, and then the other 2 were a little bit of sort of in the steak knives without being disrespectful.
They were. Yeah, Troy Menzel was a steak knife. Good lad.
Highly skilled.
Dean Gore, who?
Yeah. No, Gorey didn't quite get over the line.
Were you there then?
I was.
You were too.
Are you blaming me?
No. I know who I'm blaming. It's well documented. He's no longer there.
Excellent. Campo, thanks very much for coming in.
Good day, Campo.
All thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods. Unique, they're proudly baking for SA businesses large and small for over 35 years. Hustlers they are in the baking industry. Get around and visit uniquehomestyleFoods.com.au. We're talking World Cup with Travis Dodd next.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
The Kia dealer end of financial year sale is now on. Head to your local Kia dealership to take advantage of exclusive drive away and finance offers across the entire range, including electric, hybrid, diesel and petrol models. All backed by Australia's first and still best 7-year warranty. Hurry, it all ends June 30. T's and C's apply. Visit your nearest Kia dealership today.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
Ready to contribute to medical research that could lead to life-changing discoveries for people living with bowel disease? CMAX is looking for generally healthy volunteers aged 18 to 65 to trial a new potential treatment for bowel disease, which affects more than 180,000 Australians. If eligible, you'll stay 2 periods of 5 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD, attend multiple follow-up visits and get paid for your time. Want to make a difference? Apply today at cmax.com.au.
Wearing the wrong bra feels a bit like walking around with your shoes on the wrong feet. Uncomfortable, distracting and oddly normal. Until you finally experience the perfect fit and comfort at the Lingerie Company. We've been fitting women of every age, shape and size for over 30 years. From first bras to forever favourites. We know what works for your body. It's not just about size. It's about shape, comfort and how you should always feel. Comfortable. The Lingerie Company. Shop 36 in Mitcham Shopping Centre.
Who can fix the shower?
Service today.
Who can fix the power?
Service today.
With thousands of positive reviews, it's no wonder that Service Today is the most recognised and respected home service company rated by Australians. Our licensed technicians can help with all your plumbing, electrical, heating, cooling and home security needs. So when you need reliable home services, at Service Today, the answer will always be, yes, we can.
Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today.
Google Service Today to book one of our experts.
Booking.com is the easiest way from counting down the minutes to flying, where time doesn't matter. Go on. Book that trip. It's easy. Booking.com. Yeah.
If you're a landlord, it's crucial to have a good property manager on your side. Like McGain Property Management. The kind of property manager that works hard to find out if it's an emergency or just a leaky tap. That's what good property managers do. They communicate with the tenant, liaise with you, they get it sorted, saving you money. McGain Property Management. Kylie and the team are only a phone call away.
Can't wait to see your future home? Let's bring your vision to life. Visit one of Rossdale Homes' many display villages across Adelaide and the Hills. Explore our stunning layouts, finishes, and our latest designs for inspiration. Whether it's single story, two-story, split level, or even a custom build, our friendly Rossdale team is here to answer all your questions. For open times and locations, visit rossdalehomes.com.au. Rossdale Homes, your local SA builder, because trust is a must.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Showers easing tomorrow, 17 the top, after an overnight low of 13. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm David Bruce.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Life satisfaction among Australians has dropped across all age groups. It's now lower than it was during the COVID pandemic. The research shows people are facing sustained financial pressure and that many of those surveyed would struggle to find $2,000 in an emergency. KPMG economist Terry Rawnsley says the cost of living is weighing on people more than the lockdowns ever did.
I think what we're seeing is the sort of cost of living crunch we've seen over the past 5 years is really kind of getting to people's life satisfaction. They just don't feel they're getting ahead at the moment.
The Greens say they have deep concerns about the proposed overhaul of the National Disability Insurance Scheme. Labor is planning deep cuts, arguing the budget can no longer afford the growing cost of the program. An inquiry into the changes has received more than 4,000 submissions. Green Senator Jordan Steele-John says he's disturbed by what he's already heard.
I am struck by the disproportionate impact that this will have on disabled women in Australia, the disproportionate impact it will have on those of us in the community with chronic illness as well as complex disabilities.
Health bodies are demanding mandatory health star ratings on all packaged foods to combat the nation's worsening obesity crisis. Doctors say the current voluntary system is failing, with fewer than 40% of products displaying the nutrition guide. Public consultation has now started, with a final decision on compulsory ratings expected by 2027. A survey has found more than half of all Australians are wasting hundreds of dollars a year on unused subscriptions. Chris McCarthy has details.
Netflix was the most common offender, with 57% of respondents reporting they don't use the streaming service, totalling a minimum spend of $119 a year. But it was gym memberships, which Compare the Market found could be costing Aussies the most, more than a quarter of Australians spending over $1,000 a year without pumping any iron. It comes as the federal government's proposed bill to crack down on dodgy subscription services faces a Senate inquiry. The findings are expected later this month.
GPs are encouraging parents to teach their children proper hand hygiene this winter amid a surge in RSV cases. The respiratory virus can cause severe illness and even death in babies and young children. Dr. Vishnu Gopalan says the virus's droplets can live for 16 minutes on a contaminated surface, meaning frequent hand washing can stop the spread.
Otherwise, if you touch your eyes or your mouth or your nose, you can just get infected with the virus.
Now turning to 5AA Sport. Collingwood defender Billy Frampton is waiting to learn his fate for a sickening tackle on Melbourne's Brody Majocek. Actually, he's since been given a 3-game suspension. The incident during the Magpies' 8-point loss left Majocek with a broken neck, which required surgery. Majocek temporarily lost feeling in some of his limbs, but he's now up and walking in hospital. Sydney midfielder Justin McInerney is set for an extended stint on the sidelines after scans revealed a serious hamstring tear. One of the Swans' breakout players this season, McInerney is expected to miss 8 to 10 weeks of football. In one-day international cricket, Australia is bowling first in Dhaka with Bangladesh 6 for 219 after 43 overs. And the New York Knicks lead the NBA Finals 2-1 after the San Antonio Spurs claim Game 3, 115 points to 111. Now, let's see what's happening on the roads today.
Crash up at India getting cleaned up at the moment. Main North Road near the Servo. Another collision causing delays at Bedford Park. Marion Road near Sturt Road. And a burst waterway causing headaches too tonight. Paradise Gorge Road near Moseley Road. Quite busy. Fullerton Road through Dulwich. Quite slow. South Road, Edwardstown with a camera. Main North Road, Blairathal. Get an MGenius deal on the MGHS plug-in super hybrid SUV. Now with $6,000 cash back. T's and C's apply. See your MG dealer today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
And the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Possibly a shower tonight. Showers easing tomorrow, 17 the top, 13 the overnight low. Thursday, partly cloudy, up to 19, and then a shower or two forecast for Friday with a top of 23. Currently it's 18. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Raglas.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack at the Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Great to have you with us. It's 7 minutes after 6 here on this Tuesday night. We'll still take your calls, 8223 0000. Still another double pass to give away to the Port Adelaide locker room. 5AA's locker room is fantastic. It's the best place to be if you want to head to the footy in Port Place, Sydney on Saturday night. So stay tuned if you'd like to win that double pass. But let's eye off another ball. This is the World Game with Travis Dodd, proudly brought to you by Football SA and bringing South Australian communities together. And on Sunday, it was the last of the friendlies for our Socceroos ahead of the World Cup.
A little bit more direct. That's a fantastic ball. Flag down. Connor Metcalf. Square ball for Yengi. Goal on debut for the Socceroos. And their bright start to the second half rewarded.
Certainly was there, and the FIFA World Cup is just a few days away.
Sunday.
I tell you what, we'll be getting, well, some nice time slots, actually, so we're okay there. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about the Hahn Australia Cup SA qualifying finals at Service FM Stadium, which is coming up this week. Travis Dodd joins us. G'day, Trav.
Good evening, boys. How are you both?
Excellent, excellent indeed. Now, just for those that don't know, just explain the Federation Cup.
Yeah, so we've got the Hahn qualifying finals. So, look, the Australia Cup, we saw last year in the Cup how well these local sides did with Heidelberg making the final against the Jets. So this week we've got an All-State League semi-final with Cumberland United taking on the Cobras. Now, both of those teams in the State League 1, they're around mid-table, so it's a huge effort for them to both get there. They've both beaten NPL teams to make the semi-final. Cobras have beaten last year's champions, Croydon FC and Para Hills, and Cumberland knocked off huge giants Adelaide City in the Cup. So that's a massive game for both teams there.
And then next Wednesday we've got another couple of locals. It's at Beograd and Burkalla.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Burks are just flying in the NPL at the moment. They started off really well, and they've just been building since they've come into the NPL from promotion. And Beograd around the top six, so you know their form is pretty good going into the finals, into these semi-finals. So I'm thinking it's going to be a big game, but I'm tipping Burks for that one.
Yeah, I like the fact that this goes right across the country. Everybody gets an opportunity, and like you said, you can come from nowhere. And just like that FA Cup dream, you know, where you can maybe come up a few divisions and knock somebody off.
Well, absolutely, and it's the magic of the cup, as they call it. I know in the earlier rounds we saw actually a team from Narracourt having to go to Wyalla, and it was like the longest
drive.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, and I think it turned out to be a pretty close game as well. It was only a goal or two in it, so it's it just gives opportunities for all these teams, and I think teams are realistic. Someone like Narracourt or from Wyalla, I think they realise that they may not go all the way, but it's just an opportunity for them to put their club on the map, and if they can pull out a win or two here or there, it just gives them so much publicity.
Oh, Trev, I can't wait for Sunday. We take on Tokyo, the World Cup, and well done to our South Australians that made the final squad of 26. And I'm not even counting Maddie Leckie in there, but
well represented.
Yengi and Irakunda and Toure, Mamil, Awa Mabil and Paul Izzo. How good's that?
Oh, look, it's a phenomenal effort to have 5 South Australians there. Disappointing for Craig Goodwin not to be there. I know he was racing against injury to get fitness back. But of those boys, Tete Yengi has seriously come from nowhere in the last 3 or 4 months. So it's such an amazing effort for him to make it into the squad. He's been bouncing around the UK, in Finland, and just landed in Japan on loan. So he made his debut last week against Switzerland, scored on debut, so it's fantastic. But for me, of the South Aussie boys, I know we've spoken about Irakunda a lot in the media over the last 6 to 12 months, but Mohamed Toure, who has recently gone to Norwich City in England, has been an absolute phenomenon since going there. 11 games, 9 goals, and it just seems like he's at the peak of his powers at the moment. He did have a bit of an injury concern there at Norwich, but seems to be over that. And I think it'll be him and Nesta leading the line for the Socceroos on Sunday.
Well, we're in Group D. We got Turkey Sunday, and as Timmy said, a good time at 1:30. We got the USA and Paraguay. There's nothing there that scares me, Trev.
Yeah, look, I'm looking forward to the US game. I mean, there's been a lot of US pundits that have been hanging a bit of stuff on the Socceroos. So I'd love for us to win that game. But with the World Cup being expanded to 48 teams, it's a really good opportunity to get out of the group, because we've got 12 groups and 8 of the best third-place teams go through to the round of 32. So I think it's just a huge opportunity, and this first game is super important against Turkey to pick up something.
Yes.
And realistically, 3 draws could get us into the round of 32.
Yes, spot on.
Come on, you Socceroos.
Tony Popovich, I did hear him say, he said, we might surprise a few. And I like the fact that he's going, they don't know anything about Toure. They don't know anything about Irakunda. They just don't know what we're able to do. And it could be, one of those games where, especially US, like their reaction to us getting in their group was quite ridiculous. I thought it very disrespectful, but I reckon we should go and surprise them and go, well, gee whiz, how did we lose 2-0? Bad luck, mate.
For sure. It's such a tight group as well. The US, according to rankings anyway, are the highest ranked team at 17, and Paraguay are ranked 40. Us Socceroos at 27 and Turkey at 22. So it is a really, really tight group, and literally in a World Cup, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's what we're after. How have you seen Tony's reign so far?
He's been pretty successful. He came in at a tough time during the qualification period, and was able to get us to a World Cup. Now, the hard thing is, I think we as a public just expect now that it's going to happen every year, but to do it is really, really difficult. The amount of games that you've got to play, the places you've got to travel, and I'm doing my pro diploma on a side note for my coaching course, and we were told of a time when Popovich had just taken over the team. I believe they were somewhere in Asia going to a game, and there were cars actually trying to drive the bus off the road to delay them from getting to the match. To delay not just to delay their preparation, and they were still able to go and get a result. So I think the composure that he's brought to the Socceroos has been fantastic, and we hope it translates to results at the World Cup.
Hey, our mighty Reds, what a year. You might want to talk about them, Trav. You're brought to us by Football SA, the AFC coming up. Have we drawn Steph Mork's team from Vietnam, have we?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the AFC is such a difficult thing. I was chatting to a good friend of ours, Rowey FIVEAA, only this week, and we're just talking about the complexities of competing in both Asia and Australia, and how difficult that is, because we just don't have the squad sizes, we don't have the resources to be able to compete on both fronts. And we saw Melbourne City struggled a bit with that last year, so it's going to be very difficult. I think one of the things for Adelaide United as well is we know that they've got a really young squad. I mean, I'm still interested to see what happens in this off-season with the Reds, because
3, yeah.
Well, exactly right. They had so many young players do really, really well, and I fully expect 3 or 4 players to get sold in the off-season, and it just makes that rebuild even harder, and it makes it even harder to compete on the Asian stage as well.
Well, Trav, I look forward to talking to you more as we get through this World Cup. It should be absolutely brilliant, and appreciate your time tonight.
No worries, boys. Look forward to it, and I'll do it all again next week.
Excellent stuff. Adelaide United. Well, he was a skipper. He was a skipper of Adelaide United, and one of the stars for us for many a game, and one of the legends at Cooper Stadium.
Yes, talking the World Game with Travis Stott each week, proudly brought to you by Football SA, bringing South Australian communities together. It's 16 after 6. We have an opportunity for you to get to Saturday night footy.
'Cause I'm Timmy G.
And these aren't just any tickets, these are 5AA locker room tickets. If you want to play the comp, we are doing it next. 8223 0055 for the best seats at Adelaide Oval. Call in, play the nearest a pin with Timmy and Rowey next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
From the coast to the outback, if you're planning a road trip, Ned McHenry will help you get there. Join Ned every Thursday at 11 a.m. with Graham Goodies for On the Road with Ned. Thanks to Travel Auctions. Dreaming of a bargain holiday? Bid the price you want to pay. Travelauctions.com.au. Bid, win, go.
No more. Ugh. No more. Try Arbor Vitae Joint Health for the relief of pain and other symptoms associated with mild arthritis and inflammation. Arbor Vitae is wellness backed by science. A clinical study on Arbor Vitae Joint Health can be viewed at arborvitae.com.au. That's arborvitae.com.au. Now stocked in all major chemists and health food stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Discover the new Allianz Comprehensive Essentials car insurance. Get what you need for a price you'll love. Choose Allianz. Allianz. Before buying, read the PDS. Go to our website for a PDS and TMD.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. The Lynn Andrews team have seen a lot of change in real estate over the past 50 years, but one thing remains unchanged: our passion to help people invest in their future. To build strong property portfolios in either the residential or the commercial sectors. Our commitment to property investment over the years means we have a wealth of knowledge to share. We're here to help you. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
We're just talking about this, Rowey. Wednesday night is a big one at Service FM Stadium. Do you remember going out there at Jeff's Cross there?
How good was it?
Good setup, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Now, with the first Hahn Australia Cup South Australian qualifying final will be taking centre stage.
Cumberland United, they face Adelaide Cobras in the HPG Home State League One clash with plenty on the line.
Well, there's plenty. You win, you go on. Now, the winners book their place in the national stage in the Hahn Australia Cup round of 32, and it also secures a spot in the Federation Cup final.
Yeah, okay, so kick-off is 7:15 Wednesday, the 10th of June, so get down to Service FM Stadium. Be part of a massive night of local footy.
Now, fans can grab tickets now via Football South Australia website.
Right now, you're one step closer to driving away in Lexus luxury. The Lexus of Adelaide end of financial year event is on now. Receive exceptional value on all new and demonstrator models in stock, including the exhilarating NX and RX plug-in hybrid. The Lexus of Adelaide end of financial year event ends June 30. LVD 2009.
If you're wondering where to have your Christmas party, look to the stars. December 11 or 12, Adelaide Convention Centre transforms into a shimmering, starlit celebration beneath a dazzling canopy of light. Enjoy a premium 3-course dinner, sparkling drinks and live entertainment. It's your chance to celebrate in style, thank your clients or staff and let your team shine. Tables are limited, so book now for a starlit Christmas, only at Adelaide Convention Centre.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back, 20 minutes after 6. Time to get to the locker room.
I'm Timmy G.
All righty, we got another question. It's for the locker room. Port Adelaide beat the Swans. And if you want tickets, go to portadelaidefc.com.au. Big game on. Okay, Sam, we need a number without going over. It's nearest the pin. And the question is, Sam, how many disposals did Willem Drew have in the 2024 game when Port Adelaide beat Sydney Swans at Adelaide Oval? And it was not a final. It was the minor round game, last minor round game we played against Sydney.
And you smashed
2024. We absolutely smashed them by 112 points. How many disposals did Willem Drew have, Sam?
I'll go 24.
Thank you, Sam. Let's go, Lee.
20.
20 for Lee. Go, Colin.
29.
29 for Colin. Adam.
25.
25, eh? And Alex.
32.
32. The actual number was 32. Alex, congratulations.
Without going over, Alex.
Alex, that's unbelievable. How'd you get that?
Oh, lucky guess, I guess.
Lucky guess indeed. Well played, mate. It was a great game and he played an absolute blinder. Been to the locker room before?
Yeah, I actually went early this year and met some other winners. We had a magnificent night. So
good on you, Alex.
You're just on fire. You are unbelievable. You know exactly what you're going to get. You'll have a terrific night. 5AA locker room. You get fed. You get halftime villas. You get 5-hour beverage package. It's unbelievable. Congratulations, Alex.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, book
Good
your
on you,
tickets
Alex.
at portadelaidefc.com.au.
Got a text here from Maria, ever popular Maria. I bet you Rowey can't pronounce the name of Leon Scott's first wicket of Australia.
He got one, did he?
He got one.
Good man.
Well
Well done.
Congratulations. We're talking about our very own Liam Scott, his last 2 years. Was he the Sheffield Shield Cricketer of the Year? Or was the
domestic player of the year.
Yeah, player of the year. The bloke's name that he got out, LBW, was Mahidi Hassan Miraz. That's not that hard.
Nailed it.
Oh, well
Absolutely
done.
nailed
Excellent.
I mean, come on. Hey, Maria, get me something hard, mate.
Well, that's a. You know what? He put one, across court, and you just went smack down the line.
Straight down the line.
Straight down the line. Right on the line too.
Yeah.
1 for 44, Liam. Well done.
Good stuff.
Care
he's
factor
doing
nil,
well.
is it? A bit
Are they-
care factor
Oh,
nilly?
this is
Well,
absolutely
we lost to
care factor.
Pakistan
Bangladesh.
2-1 in the 50 over.
We were lucky to even get that one win.
Yeah. So when selection's a bit, Josh English is captain of this side because Marsh is out.
Yep.
In what universe would you keep Josh English instead of Alex Carey?
Oh, none.
Not any universe.
There's photos, there's all sorts.
There's such a big gap between their glove work.
God.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Carey's the best keeper by mile in the world.
They love him.
And he's in the field.
He is.
Extraordinary.
Hello, Graham.
G'day, boys. How are you?
Hey, Graham.
You're on.
Very quickly, on the Myercheck issue. Sorry, hang on, I just turned that on by mistake. I can't see how either player could have done anything different.
I know. That's the
Graham,
thing.
did you think Myercheck, he tripped, didn't he? He just at that wrong time.
He tripped at the wrong time. His head went into the ground. And what got me was the concern the other player had for him. He obviously heard something.
Yeah.
When his head hit the ground and he just didn't leave him. He put his hand up, stayed there. He knew something bad had happened.
Yeah.
But I can't see how either player could have stopped that happening.
Well, they were premiership teammates, so there's no malice other than respect. It was an accidental football collision, Graham, that we see every week, and how he's got 3 for it's got me stuffed.
Well, I hope they do appeal. I don't think he's a very, very fair player. In fact, both players are very, very fair.
Yeah.
And the level of concern he showed for Myercheck, just as far as I'm concerned, he should not get any games at all.
Well, the system's broke, Graham. We've said that for ages. Thanks for your call. Keep them calls coming in. Let's go to Kulunga.
It's our mate Jim. G'day, Jim.
G'day, Stephen. G'day, Tuggers, and g'day, Timmy G. How you going?
Good, my friend. Good.
Hey, John rung earlier and talked about the volunteers in footy and asked you boys where you played for. Rowey said Whingin. My favourite trotting track is in Whingin. Best luck I have in the Whingin trots.
Whingin.
Whingin. Look, well, we're South Australians. We speak proper English in this state. We're not like you convicts in Western Australia, Rowey.
I'm South Australian.
Not only do you lie and cheat and thieves, you don't even speak the Queen's English. You like every other state. You take it chance and pants and you know. Anyway, what I want to talk about, my glory days was in junior football with old volunteers. When I texted you the other day, Timmy, and talked about the old Savs and the old copper, I didn't tell you they used to wash the Guernseys in that Savs in that copper as well.
No way.
No, dead set. They used to wash it at the junior Colts and the senior Colts Guernseys and that, the old ladies.
Oh, that would have made the
and then put Savs in there, and you know what? The Savs would be in there that long, they were turned inside out, and the skin had fallen off them, and they're that hard.
Oh, Jimmy, I used to love when the team manager bought your underage, junior, and it would come in a big suitcase, a big old suitcase. You'd have
the
mothballs,
Guernseys,
the Guernseys,
and the mothballs used to be in there over the summer.
Oh,
yeah.
God, that was the best smell when they opened it up.
Well, what used to happen too is they'd open up from the previous year, and you'd dive in to try and get your number or the number you wanted.
But it was always in order: 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but what would happen? You grow like over the summer or whatever, and all of a sudden, that number 2 don't fit no more. So you had to change numbers because you needed to fit into the Guernsey.
And it was pure wool and itchy as anything.
Itchy as. And a collar.
The mothballs. Do they still have mothballs?
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They're a bit like toilet lollies, those things you put in urinals.
And it's a smell that you cannot get out.
Yeah.
It just is
lingers
so
forever.
Did they work? They obviously worked.
They clearly do.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I never had any holes in my jumper.
If you're a moth, would you go in there?
No.
Stay out.
Simple as that.
Channel 9 are reporting tonight, just before we go to the 6:30 break,
Jim.
that the Crows will err on the side of caution with Isaac Rankin for this Thursday night's game. So expecting him not to play. But it has been a little bit of a frustration with that calf, unfortunately, for Isaac.
Thought that might be the case. Remember I said I saw the vision, I thought I could still see half a limb.
Yeah. So that'll be your third week out with obviously the bye, missed the Cats, and now he'll miss the Bulldogs.
Well, there's a great man, Neil Curley, used to say with calves, you miss 1, you miss 4.
Yeah,
well, we'll see if he comes back for Melbourne.
True through the eras of football.
It's 27 after 6.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
There's a lot of questions being asked